I think it is time.
It's noon. It's lunchtime.
I think it is lunchtime. Uh-oh, looks like it's starting. Yeah, I've got some black screen happening over here. It's doing its thing.
How long do you think we can be quiet?
I don't know.
Before it gets awkward.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it started.
Did we start?
I think we started.
I think we started.
Do you want to just be quiet and be awkward for a minute?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
Okay, now that we have had a moment of
Okay.
silence.
All right. I had a moment of silence. Hello. And that's our live stream for today. I'd like to appreciate everyone coming in to visit us, but no, okay, I'm not going to do that. Hi, it's Monday afternoon, it's noon, and welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. Once again this week, I have the lovely Felicia here with me.
Hi.
And we're going to continue our build, our slow, gradual, glacial progress. Actually, we're doing pretty good because we're doing a build on the Witcher armor. This is the vanilla Witcher armor from the very beginning of the game, or at least that's the inspiration that we're using. And I joke about it being a glacial pace, but it's really not, because almost everything that we've done has been during one of these live streams. There's been a little bit of chainmail knitting that I've done off camera because we've already had 4 or 5 streams of just that, and I didn't think you'd be missing anything.
I have not worked on any of that.
Other than that, everything we've done for this project has only been on this live stream while we're talking with all of you. And I'd like to thank you all for coming by and visiting with us again. Now, typically on our live streams, we happen to have her pups with us, Toby and Bruno. But today, there is some extra people here. I'm shooting in the studio. This is just my space, but it's a shared space. There's somebody else using the green screen elsewhere, and so we didn't want to have them suddenly bark when someone else is trying to record audio. So today, Toby and Bruno have the day off.
I think I probably could have brought Toby, but there's too many people here.
Yeah, you could. Toby is such a, yeah.
He roos me
right
when he thinks I deserve to be yelled. Anyways, but he does not bark. He's not a barker.
He's a total sweetheart.
But Bruno, y'all heard him last week. That's for sure.
Bruno's comfortable here now. He's yeah.
So,
he's been vocal.
But yeah, I think honestly the pace we've been going is about right when it comes to projects. But we do it about 2 hours. There's the setup and the cleanup.
Right.
And I feel like that takes most of the time.
It can, yes.
With projects, just getting going.
Getting going, right.
And then, stopping is can be a little bit difficult. Because I was thinking this probably would take me a day and a half. Like, if we just sat down and banged it out.
Right. And if we actually counted how many streams it's been, which I've totally lost count, because I never bothered to keep count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
X.
How many different shirts have you worn?
Right, there you go. How many different shirts have I worn? And then you want to subtract, so you multiply that by 2 because it's 2 hours, but maybe subtract 45 minutes to an hour for not quite being as efficient as possible, because this is an interactive show. The whole point is to talk to you guys with the live chat, and I appreciate that. I should actually pop that out so I can see it better.
See what people are saying. Hi. But yeah, I think it's about a day and a half.
Another day, yeah.
About a day and a half, I think.
About a day, I can believe that.
Yeah, so I know it feels like forever, but...
Right.
I don't know, honestly, by the time these reach YouTube and they've been sitting there for a while and people just kind of go through them all, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's over.
It's over.
It's done. It's been done. Magic. But we're not there yet.
Uh-oh, it's magic.
Okay.
So let me pull up the Discord. I also have a Discord that I've set up for my Patreon people, which thank you guys so much. I say that all the time, but honestly, thank you guys so much. So let me pull that up and make sure I say hello to those who are in the chat, which is Rodimus Prime, that's Nicole, hello there. Rick Skin is in currently. And and Jerry Rig Props has made fun of the picture that I posted.
I tried posting a video in there. It's still saying that it's loading.
Okay.
Compressing files.
But
I tried.
How depressing. No, sorry.
I'm trying. I was just trying. It was some BTS from a shoot from 2 years ago.
Right.
2 years ago?
One of the music videos here?
Yeah, the one I was talking about the other day with the big fluffy puffy pink skirt.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't have that in the photos, but it has you helping me hang up all the pink fabric.
So it's the pink satin shoot.
It's a pink satin shoot.
Where the entirety of Studio A was covered in pink satin drape.
Yeah, so.
And giant goofy steps.
It's compressing those files. We'll see if it actually posts. If that actually posts, I might show some more behind the scenes photos from past shoots, but right now we're just seeing if that'll even work.
Okay.
What are people saying?
What are people saying?
They say, hi.
There's lots of highs.
Hello, 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 hi.
Turning props. Hey guys, it's -3 here in Ireland.
Wow. Hi in Ireland. Hi
Hello.
to Ireland.
So that's -3. I imagine that's not the countdown. That's probably the temperature. All right.
Oh, that's still too cold for me.
Yeah, that's still too cold. Don't forget that's a different scale where 3
Celsius.
actually means more. Yeah.
Celsius.
Oh, look, we just got a Connor D's $10 thank you for using Super Chat. Connor has a question for both of us.
Okay.
What is a good starter prop? I tried making a DC-15C and it didn't work out so well.
I have to Google what that is.
I believe that's a type of blaster, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like a blaster. Like DL-44 is Han Solo's blaster. And
I feel like you
E11's a
really have to
Stormtrooper.
Google it to see what we're working with.
Sure.
Like, what are the basic components? Break it down and see if it could be simplified or if you're like over your head.
Well, I don't think Connor's asking us to
No, he's
fix the DC. It's
No.
in general. What's a good starter prop?
What's a good starter prop? A simple one.
A simple one.
Right?
A belaying pin from a pirate ship. You know, it looks like a billy club. It's the thing you stick on the side because you lash ropes to. But when you need to let it go, you just pull it out, and it's the classic like club the pirates. Oh no, that's not that much fun.
We were hiking and we picked up one of those, and look, it's
Right. You go out hiking, you pick up a stick. Look, it's a Harry Potter wand.
right.
No, it's so you have an interest in blasters. Again, I could be very wrong, and I apologize if I'm wrong. So definitely a starter prop is one that you're going to have the passion to work through because
One you want to work on.
You want to work on,
and
exactly.
you want at the end of the day.
And you're okay with putting in the effort of figuring out the problems that are going to arise while you're working with it, and you're going to have way more than you think you will.
And something you'll have fun with even if it doesn't turn out perfect.
Yeah, there you go. That's
like
important.
if you make a lightsaber and you make it out of pool noodles, but they're fun and you have a day just to like lightsaber battles, I feel like that was a successful build.
That's actually not too wrong. So I've got a video with boffers already.
Oh yeah, boffers. Yeah.
We would do lightsaber boffers. So you take a section of PVC pipe, and then you put the foam insulation that goes over PVC pipe. This is just this foam insulation for heat, right? And then all you do is wrap it with duct tape. Now, in the SCA, in this area, where they use those for practice swords, it's wrapped with silver duct tape, and there's a bit of electrical tape that goes around the edge that represents the cutting edge. This is the sharp edge. So you know which is the flat side of the sword and which is the cutting side, so you can keep in practice how to hit right. Lightsabers don't have that. So
it's a laser beam.
It's a laser beam. It's a laser sword.
Laser sword. Cyber beam.
So the handle was wrapped up with just silver duct tape. We cut a couple of extra pieces of the insulation, and then put that for the emitter, and then another piece for the hilt. So you kind of had a feel for where the emitter was and the hilt was. So you had a little bit of a bump. And then for the blade, just used colored duct tape.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it went very quickly. And when I showed that to all the people that were waiting in line for the Star Wars Episode 1 way back in the day, because I was part of the line for that. That was fun. All of a sudden, all sorts of lightsabers got made, and they were on the news, and they're in a number of the documentaries about line wars and Star Weight. And there's a couple of other documentaries that have these people.
Swords are fun.
Swords are fun. And so that's a very easy thing, because you're looking at a piece of PVC pipe that you can cut with anything that cuts.
And it doesn't have to be safe.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, it doesn't have to be safe.
It can just be the wooden dowel. Like I made a.
It can be a wooden dowel.
I made a lightsaber
PVC
that was a pinata stick,
right.
And I used a wooden dowel, and I electrical taped and then painted the edge green.
Do it.
And so it was a pinata stick, but it was a lightsaber, and it was the simplest.
Right.
But it was fun.
The only reason for using, in my opinion, using the PVC is then you can beat your friends with it.
Yeah, I know. No, that's what I said. You don't have to be safe. There's a million ways to make it, but yours means you can beat your friends.
Right. And then not all LARPing groups accept that type of boffer. I've had plenty of comments telling me, "Don't do this. That's not safe." It's totally safe. Once it breaks, stop using it. That's when it's not safe. But there are a lot of kingdoms that don't allow that type of build. It needs additional padding. Whatever. Local rules apply if you're going to go out in the field and play with rules with everyone else. But if it's just you and your friends in the park, if you all agree on it, and stop when the pipe breaks.
Yeah. So starter props, sticks.
Sticks.
Fancy sticks, Harry Potter wands.
There's lots of other beginner props. For whatever reason, my Spider-Man web shooters seem to be getting a lot of views and traction continuously for the past few months.
Well, because
because it's Spider-Man. But it's just a few layers of craft foam that's cut out with a silver pin tip used for the web emitter. Of course, it doesn't shoot because it's just foam. Everyone seems to complain, they don't shoot. Tom
rig it up and then make your video, and I'll watch it.
The movies don't shoot either.
They do in the cartoon.
Yeah, they do in the cartoon. Yes, they do. Absolutely.
No, I know.
So the 1970s one had one that almost shot. There was a 1970s live-action TV movie for Spider-Man, and the web shooter, which was this giant mechanical thing. He would do the motion, and they would literally be pulling clothesline out from under the costume. So there's like this tube.
I could see being that PA.
Yeah. And then I don't know if it was reversed, where they pulled the clothesline in for the close-up, so it goes in and then it comes out, or what. But yeah, that was how they made them shoot in the original live action. Now it's all CG.
I remember trying to figure out how to make the blades for Assassin's Creed.
Oh, the hidden blade?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I went, you know what? That one, I think I'm going to pass. Is there a way we could get that? We end up using the toy. Because the toy could pop out and go back in.
Right.
And I didn't have to figure out how to make that work. Where I was doing the rest of the costume.
Uh-huh.
But that was the one where it's just like, how?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie, she did it. Like when we did the first Assassin's Creed, she's the one who did the blades. But
okay.
She resin and those were very difficult to they were a difficult prop to
Did
film
she make
with.
it to where it was actually triggered by the hand motion? It was a separate motion?
No, it was like a separate piece, and I think we mostly used the tomahawk anyways, because it was the tomahawk chop.
Right.
But when we did it I was just like, you know what, that was a little above my grade. I've seen the toy. Can we just upgrade the toy to be the correct?
Sure.
But yeah, the wrist motion, there's only so much you can fit.
Right.
In that action without having bulky...
Yeah, because
you
can have like a string under your glove to your ring finger, because you can do this if you can get just enough additional pull on the string to make something happen.
You could probably get like a travel size silly string.
Right.
Like that's like the most, like a full size silly string. Your wrists are too big.
Right. And I've seen people online. There's guys that try to do it with like lighter fluid and all sorts of weird things.
That's like the hardest place to just make the...
Right.
Yeah, but I just want it to work.
There's a guy that made one that really did work, but it had a full backpack to back it up.
Exactly. It doesn't fit in just your wrist.
And he had to wear a heat protective glove, because what he did is superheated hot glue. And then under pressure, fired it out, and it went like 15 feet. Oh, it's totally safe. And you could see the steam coming off the hot glue as it's flying through the air. But just using that, sprayed down the side of a car, slapped straps to it, and picked up the car. Basically hot glued strapped to the car, but hot glued it using his Spider-Man shooter instead of...
Sounds like fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Sounds like burns could easily happen on all sorts of
sorts of horrible things, yes.
But yeah, maybe we should be knitting while we're talking. Then we could be getting through this. But we do have bigger grommets, so there's that.
Nick Sanders says Felicia should make the vest from the Warriors.
I worked at a costume shop and we had it.
I believe that.
We did, and I love that movie, Warriors. But I'd be down to making another one now that the costume shop's shut down, but Broadway might still have it.
Broadway might have it, yeah.
Yeah, because I know they got a lot of the inventory.
Okay, cool.
But I'm not opposed to it. Done it before.
Wolverine Scratch says you're slanting with the earrings.
Oh, you like the cherries? Thank you.
Hey, King of Cardboard Cosplay. Hello! Yes, I did see you shot me an Instagram, a message on Instagram. It's been a really weird weekend, and I haven't responded. There's times when I just, I know it always sounds easy. Oh, just fire back a message. I had someone else here all weekend. It'll be part of the video coming out on Wednesday. I had a guest, multiple guests actually, building a prop, and it was real focused on trying to get that done during the short time that they were actually here. So,
Okay.
Sometimes I apologize. I don't always respond on messages. Someone says hello and greetings.
Hola. Saludos.
Saludos?
Saludos. It means anyways.
Yes.
I'm not the best.
Okay.
I'm not going to pretend.
Me neither. Don't worry.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah. That's I can't pronounce her first name, but.
Sobada Garcia Perez.
Thank you. Hello.
So I realized that there's 32 of these holes and I only have 20 grommets. But that's okay.
Oh.
We're not going to actually see the...
I should have more of the same...
You have more of the same size, but they're not the same color. But the shoulder ones we're never going to see.
Okay.
The side ones we'll see, so as long as these ones all match. The shoulder ones are going to be under Velcro.
Right. Okay.
So...
I'm not going to worry about it at all.
Just... Yay, math! I didn't do it last night. I was just like, oh, I'll grab 2 packs.
So Jack of all trades says, Odin, tell Joe I said hi. I will. He is also not here today. And then also, what's up, Felicia? To Jack of all trades.
Lots of stuff.
All right.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff there.
Hey, Maker JP's here. Hello! So we have printed it out, but it hasn't progressed from there.
Our cool little statues?
Yeah, the cool little statues. I showed it to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, I actually wanted to get into figuring out how to 3D print more because that's one of those things that I think will be a great idea. And it sounds amazing, but every time that I come to, I can make this or I can 3D print this, I always just choose another way besides 3D printing.
Right, the methods you're used to.
What I'm comfortable with.
What you're comfortable with.
And 3D printing is something I'm completely not comfortable with.
Understandable.
So I kind of want to do the wolf necklace.
Yes, we need to do the wolf necklace. Don't have that yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I showed this once before. Nothing has changed since the last time I was trying to
He's a little
show
glowy.
this off. He's still really hard to see. Bummer that. Do I have a little flashlight in here?
Oh, does he glow?
No, he doesn't glow, but a flashlight might improve because he's printed with a transparent resin because for whatever reason my machines have been happier with a transparent resin. No, that just blows them out.
Here. You can put him underneath.
Oh, okay.
Make him glow. We have a flashlight. Our little Geralt.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank the...
Right. I'd like to thank... I always want to mess up his name. I want to thank Maker JP.
I want to thank Maker JP for this lovely...
No, it's actually very, very cool. And Maker JP, I have been seeing your work in progress on... is it a golem? Is it a Frankenstein? Now I'm blanking on what you're sculpting, but you've been showing it off on Instagram, and it's very cool.
Look how focused his hair is.
Oh, yes.
His hair is very focused.
Very focused. I was joking earlier about, that's a nothing shot.
Yeah.
I was, when I was setting up the cameras and trying to get focus set up,
My hair was very focused.
Yes. Because she was moved in such a way that I couldn't quite see her eyes to focus, but I could see her hair. It's like, all right, Felicia, focus your hair.
Yeah, my hair is very focused. But his hair, his hair is very focused. Okay, we need to recut the holes. I'm going to let you do that because I think you are more precise than I am. I eyeball things a lot.
Oddly enough, I'm going to be eyeballing this. But that's all good. I don't mind. I'm happy to do that.
I was going to say, I think I trust my eyeballing better, though.
Well, all I'm doing right now is... you want to trade sides?
Yeah, I will say hi to people. Take my little box over here.
Take your... And I do have at least one question, which is a pretty good one from Discord, so we can cut to that whenever we need to.
Okay, yeah. What's their question?
Oh, okay. Well,
Might as well.
might as well just get over with them.
Ask them.
Somebody tried to call me. Let me guess. It's gotta talk to the head of the household.
No, they're all dead.
No, we're all dead. Rodimus Prime. I got a question for today's live stream. Could you use a planer to plane down the thickness of foam?
Technically, sure.
That would be an interesting thing to try. So, are we talking about running it through the power tool planer, which
ultimately you could thin out the edge. But we don't really want to have a thinner edge because this is where we're going to be doing all the stress of wear, tear, movement is on these little spots. Which actually, with how dense this foam is, it's like pencil eraser.
Yeah, it's like pencil eraser dense.
I think it's strong enough on its own. Like, you really technically don't need the rivets. But I wouldn't thin it out because as soon as you start thinning it and starting a crack, it's going to just rip and tear.
Or it might.
You know, like you just.
And then at the same time, I keep wondering.
Right on the edge, you don't want to thin it right at the edge. You want that edge to be strong.
But even just in general, like, could I take a piece of EVA foam and just run a planer on it? I'm going to say no. I haven't tried it. I probably should. But I'm gonna say no. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna chatter. It's gonna like grip and skip. It's not gonna plane. Could you freeze it and plane it? Now it's going to be too much work.
Had we just used slightly thinner foam for our piece, we probably would not be in this issue. But I like it, and you know what? We're gonna just try and go up a size in grommets. See if that fixes it. Okay.
You know what's fun is, the microphone may not even hear me.
Felicia's so cute for a girl. I love it. Thank you. You know, I think I'd be cuter if I was a boy. Problem is such a bad word. Issue would be a better phrase. Just thinking out loud. Issues. I have some issues.
So I can't find my hand planer. It's probably just in a box somewhere in this Raiders of the Lost Ark warehouse. Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to just hit it with it. But honestly, I don't think you could. Most of the time, whenever I've seen foam cut, which is like once or twice, in person, it's done with a giant bandsaw in order to make it thinner, and not with something that could scrape away wood. I don't think it's going to work. Give it a shot. You got a real nice sharp one? Give it a shot. But
I don't think a planer's like something you should avoid necessarily on foam. Go try it.
Right.
But I think just on the edges, like, because we could dig out the backs if we really wanted to thin out the foam, but I'd rather have the thickness of the foam than the rivets.
Yes.
So, just, I don't know.
Right. No.
Opinion. And I'm opinionated.
Yeah, and my current opinion is no. I
We got a bra.
Got a bra. Bruh.
Where do you buy your foam? Do you get yours from?
I get mine from all over the place. Yeah. But primarily when I walk in to buy it, I'm going into Blick Art because they carry the HD foam, which is pretty much my favorite. The nice stuff versus the craft stuff. Which there's nothing really wrong with the craft stuff.
No, there's just definitely different qualities.
Right. So HD foam is a very dense foam. It has very minimal of the extra wonky bubbles. It's a light gray, so you can make marks out with pencil, and it holds up very well. The general craft foam, so the silly winks, right, the stuff you just pull off the shelf, that is a very soft
foam. What brand is that?
Silly Winks.
Silly Winks?
It's like Tiddlywinks, but it says Silly Winks, yeah.
I never knew the actual name, but it's like, it has a brand name, Silly Winks. Yeah. And it's a silly name. Anyways.
Yeah, it is. Of course it's a silly name. I've used a lot of that stuff. I've got some of it here in the shop still. It's very soft, so it moves more. But it doesn't have the structure, and then it comes all the different colors. They cut a little bit differently. The HD foam, because it's a higher density foam, holds the edges better. The Creatology foam, so this is the Michaels brand EVA foam rolls. They come in white only.
So they're not the crafty foam.
So they're not the crafty foam.
They're the...
They're an EVA cosplay foam.
There's a difference.
There's a small difference. This is what I used to make the Black Knight helmet. That foam has a very slick, rubbery feel. It's got this interesting textury feel to it that compared to, like, I would call HD foam a dry foam, which sounds really stupid because they're all dry.
No, but there's definitely a difference to each of the foams. Like,
yeah, it's just got that.
It's slick.
It's slick.
So it feels like it's really soft and smooth, but so it has a slippery texture to it, but it is a dry.
But it's still dry. Yeah. And it's also very soft. And it's white, so you can use a pencil on it to mark it. Bring all that up because TNT Cosplay foam is a very high quality foam. HD foam was still denser. It was designed to be denser than TNT, which isn't by accident because there's some history between those people. But and it's not bad. It's just the way things go. See, TNT Cosplay was the first readily available mail order foam that was smooth on both sides and multiple thicknesses, and it's primarily available in black. They now have gray and white as well, but historically, from my memory, it was black, which meant you needed silver pens to make marks on it for your pattern pieces. And TNT Cosplay, Evil Ted's used it for years. I've got some here. It's great. I've got no complaints about TNT Cosplay foam. And then what I'm touching here is What the Foam. So this is only available through Amazon. What the Foam is they talk about what if Warbler and EVA foam had a child. I think they used bastard child as part of the thing.
This stuff is pretty darn dense.
This
it's like the creme de la
really
creme
dense.
of, this stuff. So a lot of times at the costume shop, we would finish an outfit and then just throw it on the floor. I know that sounds so wrong, but we'd finish a helmet or a hat. I remember the Mad Hatter tall hats we built.
Right.
And first thing we do is just kind of tradition, once it's been finished, we throw it on the floor.
As an example or test over how it's going to be treated if it was a rental.
It was a rental shop, so everything was abused.
Yeah.
If it couldn't handle being thrown on the floor, it wasn't going to handle being rented.
No, that you told me that before, and the first time I had the same reaction. Like, you what?
Yeah,
that totally makes sense.
Yeah, no, we throw it on the floor. This stuff, totally throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
This passes the test.
What the Foam was crazy, dense, strong.
Yeah. No, this is one of those ones you can just throw on the floor, no big deal. And then there's the other foams which you're like, it's gonna get all warped and out of shape, and I don't know.
It's gonna get its nose all bent out of shape.
It's nose all bent out of shape.
So there's still other foams in addition to those. There's the style that Joanne carries, which looks almost identical to the label that's carried at Hobby Lobby. It's just.
So what's its brand name?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember right now because I hardly ever bought it. It is also a very soft foam. It's available pretty much only in black. It's more like the thickness of the craft foam, but I remember getting the Silly Winks. It's more like that thickness. And what's interesting is the dowels. So there's the EVA foam dowels. I don't have any immediate. You know what a wooden dowel is, right? It's a rod. They make foam dowels, and they make them in triangle shapes and half dome. And hey, look, one appeared, and then just pure round like this. And that's a triangle dowel. This
is just a scrap of.
Yeah, actually, this technically is a scrap, but on camera it'll look the same as a triangle dowel.
I thought it was a triangle dowel.
That's fine.
Fooled me.
But so the HD foam ones, the ones that TNT Cosplay carry, and the ones that Michaels carry are all pretty much the same. Where it's like they're cut from thicker bodies of the foam, so it's the same all the way through. You can actually, I can't, the camera can see it, but you can see the tooling marks on the dowel, and they come in sizes. TNT Cosplay easily has the best selection of sizes in both triangular, half round, and round because they've got a big range. HD foam's got 3 sizes, and I think Michaels has got 4 or 5 sizes. The ones that Joanne's carry are cast, and they have a skin, and it's weird. You go to cut it, and you can see the skin kind of move and tear a little, and they're softer on the inside, and the skin on the outside. They're weird. They're fine. They're weird.
But I know what you're talking about. But yeah.
Did that answer the question, or is that too much detail?
I don't know. Now I feel very knowledgeable about all the different stores' versions of foam around.
Right. And that's just the legitimate EVA foam. Then you can go to hardware stores like my favorite, Harbor Freight Tools, and buy their floor mat foam, which is still EVA foam, but nobody there knows it's called that. So if you ask for it, they'll just kind of give you a blank stare. Sort of like when you went into Radio Shack and asked any question. I had a lot of really positive experiences at Radio Shack. Apologies to NewVX Radio Shack guys. But the floor mat foam is still an EVA foam. It's the same foam that's used for nursery floors or gym floors, or the puzzle pieces that connect together. And that is a wonderful starting foam because Harbor Freight Tools is, at least in the continental U.S., a coast-to-coast chain. It shouldn't be that hard to find one. and you can just walk in and buy it, and it's pretty cheap. I think by square footage, it's the cheapest foam, but not by much.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I get creative. Depends on what I need it for.
Yeah.
I have cut up yoga mats for
Yep.
breakdancing outfits.
I've done yoga mats for costumes for years until I found out, oh, wait, I can get foam?
Well, I was padding out the spine and
Oh.
other areas when you breakdance, you like tend to bruise on, but you still want
Right.
it. So I was putting it in between the fabric so you could still slide, but had just enough cushion. Anyways.
No, I get you. That superhero suit I made for Beyond Geek was yoga mat. Camping mat, yeah.
Camping mat. Gotta like camping mats.
Yep.
Okay.
There ends our rant on foams. And then there's sea foam, and then there's latte foam, and then there's foamy Freakazoid superhero dog. Freakazoid cartoon.
Yeah, no, I was remembering Freakazoid, but I thought he had a cat because the cat's the one that walked on it.
Yes,
But
the.
I completely forgot about the dog.
Oh man, what's his name? That's not Dexter. What's the name of the?
I don't remember. I just was like, I thought there was a cat, not a dog.
Yes, there's a cat that managed to hit the exact keystrokes that caused
turned
Freakazoid.
him into Freakazoid, yeah.
But then Freakazoid, with his Freakmobile, had his own dog, Foamy, which was this rabid dog that was always biting his leg.
I don't remember the dog.
Oh, he was a throwaway joke. But
no,
yeah.
I get it, but I'm like, I don't remember the dog. But I like his costume because that's a great superhero.
It is a great superhero.
Working in a shop, they're always like, I want to be I'm going to a superhero party, but I don't want to be Superman. What can I be? And that's when you're going, okay, so.
Okay. How about Freakazoid? Who?
Yeah. Powerpuff Girls.
Right.
Right? Just non-traditional.
Okay. And as a live stream, I have my own plan on how to do it. I would be interested in doing Powerpuff Girls as a cosplay. Because I have an idea on how I want to do it based on something I've done in the past. Not going to say it here, sorry. But I would be interested in throwing those together really quick. And I think we could probably do it in 1 or 2 live streams.
Oh, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've done Powerpuff Girls a few times. I like them.
Right.
Yeah. Which Powerpuff Girl would you be?
Oh, I don't care.
No, seriously, which Powerpuff Girl would you be?
Would I be?
I like Bubbles.
You like Bubbles? Okay.
I didn't get to be Bubbles when we were playing, but that's the one I like.
Now I'm trying to remember all the names. The only one that comes to mind is Buttercup, but that's probably wrong. Was there Buttercup?
Yeah, there's Buttercup.
Was she the black-haired one?
No.
That's Bubbles?
Wait. No, Buttercup, yeah. Sorry, now I'm questioning everything.
Right. I don't mean to make you question
Bubbles
everything.
is blue.
It's been a long time.
Pink, yeah.
That's kind of why I was avoiding the question, because I wouldn't be able to answer the right.
Right. So would you be green, blue, or pink?
There you go. Green.
Green. You'd be the little rebel.
The little rebel one, yep.
Yeah.
Is that the one you wanted?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to be the little blue one. Normally, when I play with my friends, I had to be the pink one.
And we'll make Joe be Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. Mojo Jojo. Okay, let's see what people are saying. We have hi Odin, me and my brother love your videos.
Sweet.
In one of your past videos, I told you that me and my brother recreated some of your props, and I just wanted to say thank you for reading my comment.
Oh, right on.
You're welcome. And we got Fox and Socks saying, epic!
Epic!
Do you remember what web netting he used? No, I don't.
In the video for lifting up the car, it
Hot
was
glue.
just the hot glue. No, the web netting was it was that 2,000 or 3,000 pound. It was the really wide trucking straps, the like 4-inch wide straps you use for strapping down cargo on a flatbed semi trailer. Is that the question you're asking?
We got a hi. Hey y'all. Hey Odin, tell Joe I said hi. Also, what's up, Felicia? Hi. Yo.
Oh yeah, by the
dudes.
way, hello Felicia too. No, sorry.
It's okay. Yo, dudes. Hey Odin, can you do Batman? We did Lego Batman.
I'm Batman.
Done Bat mode, like the Bat bathroom.
We did the Bat bathroom. That was great.
Did the Bat cave, and the Bat bedroom, and the Bat toilet paper.
They love that, which made me really happy.
I don't think they can hear you.
They might.
They might. Okay.
They might. But no, the Smosh guys love the Bat toilet paper, and that made me really happy. I'm Batman. Rachel! Where's Rachel? Joker! Anyway, I don't know. Hey, how's it going? Can I do Batman? Not really.
We got.
I need like 43 batarangs. First try.
We got a Zenato Garcia Jr. saying, "Can you guys try to pronounce my name?" Probably not.
You don't want me to pronounce your name. I haven't had enough coffee. No, I don't.
Scenario? That's my attempt.
I'm too far away and I have a screen in front of my eyes, so now I really can't see.
In a future video, could you make something from Overwatch? I had to make that costume once.
You know, it's funny, I haven't made anything from Overwatch yet.
Yeah.
Because right about the time I was finally ready to do Overwatch, it felt like it was falling out of favor. But Overwatch 2's coming out.
No,
so.
what's crazy is that I got commissioned to make that outfit, and I started it, and then
Right.
it kind of fell out. It's like something weird happened, and then we didn't end up doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, but it's not out of realm of possibilities. It's on the list.
Exactly, it's on the list.
The theoretical list of,
You're
I'm
right.
opposed to doing it.
What am I going to do? With me not 100% committing to what I'm going to do this week. What am I going to... I know what I'm going to put out this Wednesday. I'm not 100% committed to what I'm going to make for next Wednesday.
Who needs to be like that
Right.
organized?
Who wants to be organized? Who wants to plan ahead?
Yeah, come on. Okay, let's see. Which Witcher armor are you making, and for whom? Which Witcher? The vanilla.
Which Witcher's which?
The vanilla armor from Witcher 3. For whom? It's a size large, generic. We'll find someone to throw
Right.
it on once we get it built.
Right. This is the one time where we're making something to make it, not make it for someone.
Right? Well, honestly, it's a generic size large, so there's going to be adjustments, and I think it will be able to fit you down to...
If I lose, no.
No, honestly, because remember how we're doing the lacing?
Right.
It gives you about 4 inches of ease here, and then you also get about 4 inches on either side, so 4 to 8 inches on either side.
So it'll look like end of season Captain Kirk in this thing?
No, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be tight, but it'll be a structured girdle, and there's flexibility in sizing because, I don't know, I have a costume shop rental background, and it needs to fit a lot of people versus
only one. And for that reason alone, I should 100% trust you when you say, it should fit you. It's like,
No,
sure
I can eyeball somebody and be like, this costume's going to fit you, here you go.
Right.
And they
So many happy stories about that.
Yeah. Here, just go in the dressing room, you'll be happy. You know how many people I'm just like, just try it on, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. And then we'll start putting accessories on it, then it comes alive.
Yeah, and then people go from night and day of, I don't know, and then they start putting on the you give them a sword.
Accoutrements. Yes. You give the guys a sword, you give the...
Yeah, anyways. But
or whoever, not just the guys. But you were telling me it was boots and gloves or swords and gloves?
Oh, yeah, we always tease that girls like tits to the chins and boys like swords and boots.
Okay.
When it comes to renting costumes.
Right. When it comes to renting costumes. Let's make sure we're...
When it specifically comes to renting out costumes, guys like boots and swords.
Yep.
So any costume that involves boots and swords.
I'm actually not going to lie. There's plenty of times that I've caught myself looking online at different boots. It's like, I don't need to spend this kind of money on boots.
Although I do have my favorites on the Ruby's catalog.
So, one dark Google rabbit hole. It wasn't quite that dark. It just wasn't a site I wanted to necessarily end up on. I was looking at boots, trying to find like imperial boots, like jack boots, like the World War II German boots, right?
Oh, those are the best costume boots.
Oh yeah, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I found a site that talked about motorcycle cop boots. I went, oh, okay. And so I'm going on the site and looking at it, and showing all these great pictures of motorcycle cop boots. And then I start realizing that, no, this isn't where you can buy the boots. A lot of the pictures are framed with the guys bending over, with the guys kneeling down with their backsides toward the camera. It's like, oh, this is more like, here's the boots with a bunch of extra eye candy on this website.
Oh, so you're having some fun there.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, this wasn't the resource I was after.
But yeah, I could give you some recommendations of which websites to order from when it comes to that. Because there's different brands. And Ruby's, I like their boot selection, but there's also this other brand. I'll have to go ask James.
Well, I got the Phantasma boots.
Yeah, Phantasma. You have to order the right ones.
Right. Well, I bought the superhero boots from them once. They were red, and they worked for about a year and a half, and then the soles just completely fell off.
Oh, yeah, no, the soles are not going to last.
Okay.
But the thing is you can get wide calves.
Yeah, that was one of my problems.
That's a big thing, is like most people don't have no calves.
No calves,
The go-go boots. Oh my gosh, when we ordered the go-go boots with the actual like room in the calf section.
Right. They weren't the skinny, tall go-go boots anymore?
No, I don't think they realize what people are actually shaped like when they do those, but...
Right, well, they're using the classic sizes, the 40s German boots were not available in a 21-inch, 22-inch calf, which is, I think, what I needed at the time.
Yeah.
It went up to 15.
So they have a pirate boot.
Mm-hmm.
That
Well, maybe I had the pirate boot, and I used it as a superhero boot.
Yeah, because there's a pirate boot that they have that has a wider calf, and
Yeah.
you don't. So it pulls up to a thigh-high boot because I've used it as a Prince Charming boot, as a fold-over
Okay.
pirate boot, but then also you can trim off the excess fold-over and have the tall, straight boot. But, anyways,
Boots.
boots.
I got a tuxedo cat named Boots.
Boots. You have it too?
Yeah. He actually got really annoyed at the chihuahuas that we have at home, and he decided to move out, which the internet's going to hate me saying. But so Boots still lives in the neighborhood. He still comes by and says hi, but he refuses to come in the house anymore.
He's chosen another family.
He's chosen another family, yeah. And he's just big. He's fixed, just a big Tom, just tuxedo cat. He'll walk up to you and flop on the sidewalk. Pet me now.
Jack of all trades says, "Hey, Odin and Felicia, that's my favorite. If you need a model, let me know." You in California? Is he?
Which I don't know.
I don't know. Jack of all trades.
I don't know if he's in California or not. Model for what? For this? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Yeah, well, you close to Northern California?
We got a Geralt.
Hooray!
Tunics and swords.
Tunics and swords.
No, it's boots and swords.
Yeah.
It's boots. Because you can't necessarily take swords into a costume pirate party, but you can bring a pair of boots stomping around in it.
Right.
We got Vasper36 saying, "Hi everyone, and Odin, this is my first stream. Congratulations."
Hello, Vasper36. Thank you for joining our stream.
Another Monday, another great stream.
Oh, good. I'm glad you think it's great.
Hi everybody, happy to say that my first Gundam cosplay video is up.
Really?
Apologize in advance. It's over 30 minutes long, but you can skip around. Feel free to check it after the live stream, of course.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's only 30 minutes to take, or did it take you like 12 hours and then you shortened it down to 30 minutes and it still feels like it went...
Right. Well, if trying to put the entire Gundam build into one video,
Right?
that's...
You didn't.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Um...
And that's fine.
Hey Odin, the Lego Dimension TARDIS stickers are out in stock. When will they come back?
I actually need to order and have some more made.
Didn't know that?
No, I knew that, but I forgot about it.
You guys actually like those?
Right. So I'll have to get some. I'll have to get some ordered. And I had somebody a while ago ask about getting ones because I made them officially to the artwork for Lego Dimensions, where the TARDIS stickers, some are black and some are white with the windows. Right. They're like not all lit up or not all lit up or whatever it is. It's the way the art is in the game. So that's literally what I did. Somebody asked to have them all on or all off, so I might need to do an extra couple sets that have
Options.
special
That's
special
nice
windows.
of you and thoughtful. Yeah, okay. Darren Ravenwolf says, "Guess what I said wasn't seen, LOL." Probably. Sorry. Things have been jumping up.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Sorry. Cosmic Caramel says, "You should make a skull bot like the ones commanded by Red Skull." And then
okay.
Trasha or Tasha? Tasha?
Tasha?
Tasha makes more sense than Trasha. Sorry. Tasha.
I don't know. Trash AR's pretty accurate.
1313. I finally made the live stream. Hi from Australia.
Oh,
in Australia.
hello. Wow. What time is it for you in Australia? You're ahead of us, right? So, no, it's tomorrow for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Date lines and time zones, they're fun. I like it. I like maps. I like geography. I like how it works. But right now, my head is not wrapping around what point in the day it is in Australia.
I feel like we could get there eventually. Maybe have like clocks like they do at the airport.
Right. Well, I had a really good question from off stream as well from Anonymous Prime. When am I going to have another Patreon only live stream? Because I was trying to do that on a regular basis, but at different random times. And I just got behind and kind of weird busy with what I was doing, and I sort of lost sight of it. So yeah, I guess I need to do a not Monday at noon Patreon only live stream, just so there's less activity in the chat and
More attention.
pay more attention. I also, That was I think, wow, it's been a while. One of the last ones I did, I think, was working on the Gundam. And because it was actually a work in progress for the video as opposed to something specific.
Okay.
Anyway.
We got a greetings from Germany, my excellent friends. Guten Tag to ya. They're one of those cats always around my front door. You're lucky.
You're lucky. Just say hi to Boots.
We used to have a cat that lived next door to us that Toby was afraid of.
Right?
And he was sitting at the fence, like just looking through the little hole, shaking, like terrified. And I was
Toby
like,
was?
Yeah. And I was like, what's going on, Toby? Are you okay? And I peeked through it, and there's this other cat, like, loafed up, like a little loaf of bread, just looking at him with his little tail flicking back and forth like this, just the cutest little fluffy kitty cat. And Toby's just sitting there shaking, not barking, not...
Wow.
Just staring at it through the little hole, shaking. But none of the cats want to be his friend.
Right. Because he's big.
He did have a friend, my brother, who has two Great Danes and a German Shepherd, and he has 5 dogs. They had a cat that was like a farm cat. Toby was best friends with that cat.
With that cat, okay.
The other dogs didn't like him, but the cat liked him.
Okay.
Yeah. They had their hierarchy, you know.
Yeah.
But.
Cats were worshipped as gods in Egypt, and they haven't forgotten.
Right? Okay, let's see. What is the costume? Odin, you are the best.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Hello from South Texas. And
hello to South Texas.
Tomopolis, Mexico. I know I butchered that, but hola, Mexico. And Jerry the Shark is asking what you making. Not like we have
Mud pies. No, we're working on the Witcher armor. This is the vanilla Witcher armor for the beginning of Witcher 3, the game. Inspired by, we're already off by a little bit of colors, but that's what we're going for.
Hey, Odin and Felicia, I love it when you do wiring builds. What's a wiring build?
Wiring builds. Is this when I'm like trying to rewire a flashlight and solder? So it's one of those things that I can do, but I don't feel like an expert to talk about. This is the way you do it.
You know,
it's like, hey, I didn't burn my fingers. I'm doing well.
Right? But speaking of which, there is a project that I do want to make.
Okay.
I want to make the Triforce for the top of my Christmas tree.
Oh, right. Oh, that could be cool.
And I think that one I need to wire it up
yeah?
to make it glow, because not glowing isn't as cool as glowing.
Right. Okay.
But just, yeah, that's a little project I want to work on, that's for sure.
So, okay. I hope Micromark, which is a tool catalog company and website, I've known them forever. They've always made hobby and like fine scale modeler, which is a magazine, tools. Micromark contacted me a while ago about doing a Instagram only thing with one of their micro table saws. And I did the paperwork.
So is it like a little size?
Yeah, it literally can cut the size of a piece of paper, and that's all I can do. It can't cut much bigger than that. It's
no,
like
but that
tiny.
still sounds like something I would want.
Yeah, it's like a 3-inch blade. I mean, he gave me my choices, right? But this sounded like the best thing to me because I've got a giant table saw that's usually buried, and I'm working on little things. So a little thing with a little 3-inch blade sounded like a great idea.
A little table. Yeah, no, I got excited.
Totally if that thing shows up, could totally make a Triforce with that because we could cut plastic with it and do.
That would be a fun one because I kind of really want one of those. I saw it at the store and went, I could make that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
those projects that you.
Yeah, those projects.
Yeah, that's one of those projects. We got a hello.
Hello.
Odin and Felicia, love it when you do wiring builds. I read that one.
Okay.
Oh, it took over a week. Whatever that means. Metal Gear props, please.
Metal Gear. All right.
Eventually.
Let's make a cardboard box.
Technically, that would work, wouldn't it?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah. Oh yes. I'm making a Lego Dimensions console, and I really need those stickers, by the way. I really like your videos.
All right.
So, get on it.
I see. All right. Man, why isn't this...
Aw, somebody wishes us 7,000 subscribers on Christmas.
Oh.
700,000, sorry.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Hi from the UK. It's 8:45 here. Love watching your streams. AM or PM?
PM.
PM. Yeah, that makes more sense than AM.
The one that I know is...
Monday
yeah,
evening. Nice.
I know UK is 8 hours ahead because of how often I was trying to download the Doctor Who Christmas special on Christmas.
There you go.
I had to wait till noon because that's when it aired, and then it had to stop airing because that's when it was stopped being recorded, right? And then the pirates, yar, would actually be able to get it up onto the torrent sites like about 3. After, maybe 2.
And you had to get it early before they got kicked off of the pirate sites.
Depends on the sites. Some of them,
yeah.
some of them lasted longer. The BBC seems to be a bit more relaxed than
Sony.
Yeah, or HBO.
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's their content, but I appreciated being able to see it. Man, I really enjoyed the Tennant years. David Tennant's my favorite new Doctor.
What I said was super yay! I finally get to watch you live. So what evil projects are you making today, Odin? Well, still Witcher Armor.
Today we're making napalm. No, we're not.
That's next week.
That's next week. Next week is oh man, I forgot what it's called. Napalm and Thermite. Next week on Odin Makes.
This Friday is my little Multi-Poo's birthday. Her name is Nico. That's a cute name.
That's a cute name.
This reminds me of the raccoon on Pocahontas.
Okay. Yeah, Miko.
Is that the raccoon's name or something similar to it?
Meeko is me. I'm pretty sure is the
Miko?
raccoon. Yeah, I'm
that's
pretty
Miko.
sure.
Okay. I like raccoons, so that's a cute name to me. We got a hello from Alabama.
Right on. Hello, Alabama.
And hello from the Netherlands.
Sweet. Hello.
And a hi. Hey, Odin, just push the button at the top of the hole punch.
I can push the button at the top of the hole punch if it was solid. The problem is all the things that I'm pulling out. Do you hit me on number 2 there, please? Because the idea is with the hole punch, you can punch it and it ejects the thing you've got going on. But I'm cutting out a bigger hole from a pre-existing hole.
So you're making donuts.
I'm making donuts. So when I go to punch one out, it just goes through the center. It doesn't actually push it out. So that's why I'm taking the thing and endangering the sharpness of my hole drill and having to dig it out. So that's why I'm doing that. I'm not completely insane, just a little bit.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hi.
Hey. Hi.
Sup. I'm actually working on a classic 1993 Doom Guy helmet from cardboard. That's
Sweet.
Cool. Love the stream. If you had a squirrel, what would you name it?
Nuts? No, I don't know. The hard one would be to not name it Rocky.
Chester.
Chester?
Miko. I like that name
Miko.
now. I want a Miko.
I actually don't think we're allowed to have squirrels as pets in California.
In California? Well, just because you're not technically allowed to doesn't mean you can't.
Well, this is true. But it depends on the animal. Sometimes the vets actually have to.
No, I know. Raccoons aren't legal here either because
Right.
I have looked at any.
Yeah. And ferrets aren't, but most of the vets here don't care.
Yeah, ferrets aren't, but I know way too many
There's
ferrets.
so many people have ferrets in California.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just they fell into the weasel law, so the vets don't seem to care about that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is you can't have, you have to have a special license to have what's considered an indigenous animal as a pet. I'm pretty sure this is what Steve Lippman was telling me.
I don't know all those laws, honestly.
Okay.
I do know that my brother, I don't know if he ran a halfway house, but he acted like a halfway house for birds who were exotic birds.
Exotic birds,
Who
okay.
needed rehoming.
Right, okay.
And so we got a lot of special needs birds
Okay.
growing up, like birds who
Right.
like pluck off all their feathers,
Right.
had mental
Seen a few of
issues,
those.
or
Yeah.
I even had a little best friend named Simon who hated everybody but me.
Sounds like a
they
bird.
They get attached.
They do.
A little halfway house. So I know more bird stuff than I do,
Yeah.
what's technically right. Because I know that my brothers would go out and catch scorpions. And
Right. We were talking about that earlier.
yeah, we were. At other animals, but I don't know how much of that was all legal. live right by the river.
Scorpions, I don't think are a big deal. I don't think there's a whole lot of concern over insects, but the larger animals that they seem to have an issue with.
Yeah, I can't.
To my understanding, I haven't had any. I've been okay with, traditional pets.
No. I see something with big old doe eyes going, love me.
Love me. Right.
All right. Okay. Oh, Giannis Oozer would like you to explain your shirt.
Oh, my shirt. All right. So my shirt is, which am I going to go this way? All right. So my shirt is Professor Mojave, right? You can actually read that, can't you? I have my glasses on, so I can't read the screen.
Yeah, it's, believe it or not, in focus.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So I just mentioned Steve Littman. This is actually, so this shirt is something that almost none of you would get. It's a friend, one friend made the shirt, Carl Miller, and it's for another friend, Steve Littman, and this is his persona's emblem that he uses when he goes to Wasteland Weekend. As well as just in general. Steve has always enjoyed desert life, catching scorpions, catching rattlesnakes because he's a nut, tarantulas, things like that. So when he goes out to Wasteland Weekend, he's able to talk about the animals and critters that run around out there with them, how to catch them, how to avoid them, how to make sure they're not in your boot. And like the very first year, he suddenly became this Wild Kingdom, Lauren Perkins or the wildlife guy, and so they made the shirt for him, and I thought, oh, that's fun. I'll get one because I know the guy. I worked with him at Play. So, and also Steve Littman, I originally met at Tap Plastics, and he showed me a lot of what I know for how to cut, how to glue, how to deal with acrylic.
Sounds like he knew what he was talking about.
He got a lot of the product training from Tap Plastics. It was nice, yeah. And he made himself a set of Boba Fett armor in 1998, 97, when the only thing available was the Dawn Post mask. They came out with the correct size collectible mask. He had that. He made the rest of the suit out of Sintra and thick styrene, making the shapes by heating it up in his oven, which stank. And he was fairly accurate. He was in no way screen accurate, but he was fairly accurate. You knew who he was. You could see it well enough. And Jeremy Bullock, the guy that played Boba Fett, came around to a couple of comic shops here in town doing signings. So he went in his suit and got his official helmet signed. And Jeremy actually complimented him on his costume, which, if you're a decent person, you'll do that anyway. But it felt a little more genuine. And Jeremy's the one that told us the story about, if you look at some of the early production shots of the Boba Fett armor from Empire Strikes Back, there's like punk rock spikes that stick out the toes of the boot, like right at the very front of the. Yeah, pretty much. They're not quite punk rock spikes.
No, but
there's
I
a train.
Boots like that now.
But they had a couple of spikes in the very toes of the boots, and through all the fittings, it was fine. Through wearing it in a couple of different places, it was fine. Gets on the Cloud City set, goes from the hallway, which is a shiny, smooth floor, into the dining room set, which is carpeted. As soon as he got inside the door, those spikes caught in the carpet, and he went face first, right down, and couldn't stop himself because the spikes caught the carpet.
I was worried he was going to pop a cloud. I was like, wait, what's going to happen?
No, he didn't pop the cloud. He just tripped it on his face. And so at that point, first day of shooting, those spikes came off. So the Boba Fett spikes are canon. They're there, but they're not there in the movie. They're only there in pre-production photos.
The more you know, right? Yep. Interesting. Nico is actually named after the Pocahontas raccoon.
Oh, sweet.
And Felicia, it is camel. Okay, what was that? I don't know.
Favorite cigarette? No.
Hi again, Odin.
I forgot.
How you doing, bud?
Hello. Who am I talking to?
That's Prime Guy 98.
Oh, Prime Guy. Hello, Prime Guy 98. Yes, I recognize that name.
We also got a hi.
Hello. What was the teal bar that went by?
Oh,
I kept talking. I didn't shut up.
We got BitCloud Gaming. He's a massive fan of the channel. Keep up the great work.
Sweet. Thank you. This is Bit.
Bit.
B-I-T?
B-I-T.
Okay, Bit. Thank you, BitCloud Gaming.
Yes, your donation was appreciated.
Your donation is very appreciated.
Yeah. Arnold had a ferret in Kindergarten Cop. This my ferret? Raccoons steal your cookies, but they do it so adorably.
They do it so adorably. I had a friend that always wanted to give a sugar cube to a raccoon, just to watch him try to wash it in water.
There's a YouTube video of me watching the cotton candy.
Oh, okay. Cotton candy would be even better than a sugar cube.
I am out of these. Do you have more? Where?
Don't have more. The package is over here on the disc sander, and I haven't popped any more out. So
no worries.
I was just using.
I love that there's so much of it. Look it.
Yes.
Look it.
Look at because this keeps going.
Yeah, because we had one packet, and I was like, I think we can make this whole build out of the packet.
Right.
But now look at this.
Right. So I was using the stuff from this side.
Is there a difference? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a difference. I'm gonna take. Okay. What else are people saying?
Do something more entertaining. Dance.
Somebody's working on a group project.
Oh. One of those group projects. Group projects can be cool. Group projects can be stressful.
Groot, like I am Groot.
I am Groot. Is that what it is? Group project?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
okay.
a group project.
Not group. Then a group project should be really cool.
I was like, yeah, of course a group project would be awesome.
All I made is a group stick, and then I stuck it backwards onto Stormbreaker.
Somebody has a bearded dragon and wants a crested gecko.
Oh yeah, well this isn't bearded dragon. This is a horny toad, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the skull and crossbones. It's the horny toad is the one that squirts blood out of its eyes for its defense mechanism. I think, and that's what this skull is that particular critter.
Oh, okay. Don't lick the toads.
Don't lick the toads.
Okay.
So I know I had another Patreon question.
Okay.
Besides planing foam, which sounds like we talked about it, but it never happened.
Scorpions can learn to play fetch. I'm gonna have to.
Really?
I'm gonna have to try that. I have 2 scorpions at home.
That's cool.
I will have to go see if I can figure out how to teach them fetch.
The only scorpions I have, I think, is on cassette tape.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
My brother has 2 scorpions. A little guy that's yellow and he glows purple under black light, and then a big.
The big black jungle one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one I think glows purple under black light.
Okay. Yeah, scorpions almost universally react to UV light. So you get a UV light flashlight and you go outside and you can find scorpions really quick.
They glow. They're really cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. And then if you have a single point high intensity LED light, right? Even like just a little kind of a keychain one, but you need to be fairly bright so it goes a good distance. So you can click this on as the only source of light. Put it up near your eye, facing away, right? Looking the direction you're looking. Don't do this. You can, but that's not as much fun. And outside you might see a whole bunch of little tiny dots reflecting back at you. Those are the eyes of spiders.
Spider eyes. Now let's go to sleep thinking about that.
Oh, they're out there. Most of them don't even care you exist.
Pretty much.
So we had another Patreon question. This was from Rickskin. Hey Odin, have you ever used a hot wire foam cutting machine or table? And what was my opinion on its use for making props?
Don't you have that scary looking hot wire?
I have a few scary looking hot wires floating around the shop. One of them I foolishly plugged straight into the wall without putting the controller in, and I burnt the NiCad wire in half. I made a janky one by replacing the blade on a hacksaw. Don't touch the ends. Was that important?
Yeah, it's one of the washers.
Oh, okay. I thought like keys or something else dropped. I have a larger one that was made for making stage props. It came with the shop when I moved in, so it's a big. It's like the size of a bow from a bow and arrow. That's not it. There's something else in there.
There's something in there. Like...
Yes, Neil's kid put something in there, and it's never come out.
Oh, okay. So I'm not losing my mind.
Not losing your mind. It's
okay.
not. Your mind's not in there.
No, but there is something that fell in there.
There is something that got pushed in there.
Okay.
And it's something big enough that you can do large stage prop size stuff with. And then I have another scary looking one that's more like a bandsaw, but with the hot wire in it, that again can cut something about 3 feet tall. It's huge. And I have used it, if you go look at my video with Stonehenge, which I made for Bungie. He's actually in the building today doing light. Yeah. But I redid Stonehenge from Spinal Tap, and that was a lot of fun. That was a fun video to do. And so I used hot wire for that. Have I used it with EVA foam? I remember trying it, and it ends up melting the foam more than cutting it. It does. It works, but a razor knife and or my bandsaw both give me a better cut with less.
I feel like it's so much. Like, it's such a big setup. It's such a big thing. It's such a hassle and a pain in the butt that
you can get hobby ones. Yeah. But
for
what
you have,
what I have is totally.
It's just intimidating. It just looks like, you know what? Yeah. I'm just gonna use the craft knife. But
why? Just because I need this to control the power?
No. Set it to 11.
Set it to 11. Yeah. No, I think I had to set it to like 3.
No.
I know it goes to 11.
That has some really good.
I can't remember what it's called. It has a specific name for it. But literally, this is the dimmer you would use for a 2,000 watt light bulb. One of the things that, for sets, you get your 2K light. Not the 5K light. The 5K light is what the roadies would turn on to stay warm and cook hot dogs on. But this is powerful enough to run a 2K light and actually dim it. Yeah. This works extremely well for my large hot wire cutters, the homemade ones that I've got.
Like I said, very...
Yeah, it's complicated.
Unnecessarily complicated.
Here's the cord for it,
Yeah.
And it weighs 20 pounds.
So what are your opinions?
My opinions? As far as cutting EVA foam, I think it did a little too much burning and a little too much curling at the edges versus what I can get just cutting it with a knife.
Okay.
Is it easy? Well, yeah, but...
Is it that much easier?
Not really.
Okay.
Now, those burning and curling is totally worth it when you do it with a laser cutter. The few times I ran EVA foam into a friend's laser cutting machine, you would have to set your lines a little wider than what you wanted because the cut edges shrink, just like, with the heat gun and everything else. But it totally worked, and it was totally quick, and it was very accurate. And I have a lot of interest in cutting more EVA foam with a laser cutter whenever I can get my hands on one.
Yeah, weren't we trying to figure out what this?
We were trying to figure that out with this originally, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I answered that question from my Discord. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. We have Vesper36 saying, I just incriminated her brother on tape. Ha ha ha. Did I? What did I say that was incriminating? He was a halfway house for birds. But he didn't steal, he took care of birds. He got them into better situations.
Right, he took birds in. He didn't.
And he has 2 scorpions, but I don't think scorpions are illegal.
Scorpions aren't illegal.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anyone cares about the insects.
Nobody
they would care
bugs.
if you were going to drop, an invasive species off in an area they don't belong. But I don't think there's a environmental concern over having a particular type of native bug as a pet.
Okay, well, I hope I didn't incriminate you.
Yeah. The only reason rattlesnakes aren't so hot is, they can kill you.
We had one of those get lost in my house once. It was a baby, and my mom freaked out, and she's like, no more snakes, ever!
Ever, right?
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Nope.
Turns out it wasn't a baby rattlesnake, but she tells the story it's a baby rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a smaller snake. I have no idea what it was, but when she tells me the story, it's a baby rattlesnake.
I love the stories I hear about rattlesnakes where they can practically fly.
Oh, right?
They can strike 3 times their length. No, they can strike 1/3 their length. They can strike as far as they're coiled back, maybe an inch or so further. That's about it. They can't fly across the road and get you. They're not Quetzalcoatl.
Not yet.
Not
they
yet.
Have to try.
They haven't tried. They haven't. Yeah. Could you just put some effort into it, snakes? Could you do that?
Okay. We got a hello everyone from Jason Crouton.
So hello everyone from Jason Crouton.
Cuttrone?
Catroni?
I'm butchered your name completely, sorry.
What was his name again?
But he said hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Yes. And Odin, can you make the glass from Mega Man Star Force? I don't know what that.
I would have to look up what the glass from Mega Man Star Force is.
Yeah. No, I found those Mega Man costume pictures that I was talking to you about the other day.
Right. The Smosh Raps video. Go look up the Smosh Raps video. We both worked on that.
Yeah. No, I really liked the way the helmet was built, but it was kind of plain, so I was the one who added texture and.
Right. In different colors, I think.
Yeah. I liked Mega Man. I really do like Mega Man. That one was a fun costume, although. That was one of my not so proudest moments. But I do like that costume. Miko has an Instagram.
Miko has an Instagram.
Yeah, Miko, the multi-poo. So, go say hi to Miko. Bruno and Toby might have to go follow.
Might have to go follow Miko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xander Appleton says, I love your channel. Well,
Sweet. Thank you, Xander.
Yeah. Xander.
Xander?
X-A-N-D.
I'm not reading it.
It's okay.
X-A?
X-A.
Oh, yeah, Xander.
Xander, yeah.
Xander, yeah. Xavier, Xander, yeah.
Train! Huh? Now, that is in Cyrillic, and I can't quite read that.
All right. Hey, it's been an hour already.
Has it really?
It's been an hour
and
already.
We're still cutting those?
I'm still cutting these and talking.
But that does take time.
Yeah. So it's been an hour, and for those of you who have tuned in recently or whatever, hello, and my name is Odin. Welcome to my live stream. We're about halfway through today's stream, and I'm here with my good friend Felicia.
Hi.
And we're working on the Witcher armor. This is the vanilla Witcher armor. This is this is inspired by the starting armor you get in Witcher 3. And we're just plugging away at doing it. This particular project pretty much has only been done on screen. There's been virtually no work except for some of this.
Poking these live.
Poking these live. So if you go back and look through all the live streams that we've been doing, especially the ones on Monday with me and Felicia, this has been the only project we've been working on. But we feel like we're getting close to actually having something finished, and might actually be done with it by the end of the year, maybe a week before.
Yeah.
So every Monday from noon to 2, we're here doing this live stream. Thank you guys for everyone who's tuned in currently, and we still have another hour to go. This was just the middle of the show. Hey, in case you missed the beginning of the show, here's the middle of the show. So welcome to the middle of the show.
I felt thoroughly welcomed.
You did? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Do you guys feel thoroughly welcomed? Cosplay Kid says hi!
Hello, Cosplay Kid. All right, I've got 4 more to do. Let me double check to make sure I'm not missing anything new on the Patreon-only Discord.
We got hi, and another hi, and a hi, Odin. I was wondering if you could please make Red Demonic Greatsword from Roblox. Oh, Roblox.
Oh, okay.
I want to make the banana from Roblox.
The banana from Roblox?
Well, my friend that plays banana, they dress it.
The drip has bananas?
Well, they have little banana packs and they play hide and go seek, and there's one person that's the banana that goes and finds everybody.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then you could get different banana skins and different costumes and stuff, and
Okay.
they're kind of funny. Anyways.
I have not played Roblox. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I like, that's the one that gets me, is the banana.
Oh, look at this. Jerry Rig just printed out my my Bo-Katan patterns and is cutting some patterns while watching live stream. Right on, Jerry.
You know, I like watching live streams while I'm working. Like, when
Yeah.
I'm sitting down and hemming a dress, I listen to Twib. So.
Yeah, yes, I have listened to some when the cameras are off and I'm not in danger of recording someone else's audio. I do listen to that exact same thing.
Yes, so I hope you all are crafting along with us.
And I'll chime in with everyone else on here. So this is the way. So I'm getting asked, what is the tool I'm most afraid of using in my shop? Okay, I got another question about DIY prop shop. All right. So what is the tool I'm most afraid of using in my shop?
I don't know, that foam cutter looks pretty, like, you're going to get pretty shocked if you misuse it.
Right, yeah, that one doesn't get, what do I actively avoid using? What do I have that I'm really worried about?
Well, the serger.
No, I've been using it actually.
Yeah.
It's the dresser I remade into a vest for the video that's not going to get used. The video's going to get used. The vest isn't. That was all done with the serger. I didn't even cut it first. I did the cutting with the serger like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Right?
Yeah. What am I most afraid of using?
I'm afraid of that 3D printer, so I already know
Well, there
that.
you go. Yeah.
But you're not.
I'm frustrated with the 3D printer because I just print disappointment.
Printing disappointment, one project at a time.
One project at a time. Yeah, I don't know. What am I afraid of using?
There's a lot of terrifying things in here.
There is. I got a lot of respect for different things, like the big table saw. The chemicals. I should probably have more respect for the chemicals than I do. The table saws, because I know that my dad cut his hand up in a table saw, so I tried to have some mad respect for the table saw. I've got a few routers. I've got a big, like 3.5 horsepower router that can just hog out the side of a 2x4 without a problem. And that's another one that, generally speaking, once I got it all set up and I'm really kind of in the pose to hold it, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm very mindful that it can grab and spit and move and cause problems. It's not going to... You can have to like really kind of work at it to hurt yourself directly with a router, but you can indirectly hurt yourself with a router in a hurry.
I don't know if I have enough weight to use that.
You might not.
No, I found that I don't sometimes. Like,
okay.
I tried to be a lifeguard, and I just don't have the weight to get the board underneath people.
Oh, okay.
Like, when you actually like have
to push the buoyancy board, right?
Yeah. So like, there's some things where I'm like, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit above. And I don't like to say that very often.
No, I get that.
I could do it.
I can do that. I can. Oh, maybe I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's pretty intense. Like, if you had to use that, would you go with the other tool before you'd use that? Pull that one out.
No. It depends on what I need it for. I'm happy to use a router if I know what. If it's the right tool to do what I think I want to do with it, that's not a big deal. I don't touch it much because I don't use a router on foam. It'll just chew it up. But I've set up my circle template with the router and cut circles many times. And I've done a couple other things like parts of the car. We did for gravel. I think I used the router on that. And
okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of curious.
No,
that's a good question.
It's a great question, and I wish I could give an answer of, oh yeah, I totally hate the nail gun. No, you just don't shoot yourself with a nail gun.
Yeah. Although I was working on that project, and I did get a little shell shocked from getting shocked constantly from the needle and thread through the little metal choruses.
Right. Yeah. She was doing hand stitching of taking a metal bobbin and sewing it onto the top of a dress, and that action of dragging the thread over the metal bobbin created electricity.
Created little torus magnets that built up this whole little magnetic field. As I added more bobbins, it created more and more of a field.
And it just kept shocking.
And bigger shocks every time I got shocked. And the thing is like that was the worst because, just walking from here to there would build up static electricity that would shock me.
Right.
Like, I kind of threw that project like to the side.
Right.
Forever because every time I picked it up, it shocked me, and I was like, you know what?
Forget
maybe
you.
I shouldn't be sewing anymore. I ended up hot gluing those.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was so over being shocked by the end of the day.
It was for a photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
So it didn't have to
be
thrown on the floor and survive.
Well, it would have by the end of
the
time it was done being glued, but it looked gorgeous. Nobody knew, but at the same time, that thing.
I hear you. Yeah, even getting my head cast wasn't that big of a deal because I've done that plenty of times. And that's something you can actually die doing easier.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I believe it, but yeah. But I could see that being very claustrophobic.
Yeah, thankfully I'm not.
I found out that I didn't think I was as claustrophobic as I was, but
oh, okay.
I went scuba diving and I found out that that's a little more claustrophobic than I expected.
Yeah.
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 I was actually joking about that with the people over the weekend. So one of the things my dad did when I was young, dad being an engineer, tinkerer, go figure, right? He called it a hookup. It was an air compressor that was belt driven that he hooked up to a lawnmower engine. And this thing he would throw into an inflatable raft, and the air compressor would run down to a diving regulator so we could go out in the river or wherever else and look for gold or play around underwater.
I wouldn't trust my DIY diving equipment. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that just sounds...
I would set this thing up on the side of the pool and fill it up with gas and fire it up and then jump into the deep end of the pool with a dive belt on, and I'd be down there until I ran out of gas, which would take a couple of hours. And there was more than once Dad came out and just turned the motor off and stood there, and then I'd pop up, it's time for dinner.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are not claustrophobic.
Nope. Very happy being underwater. Talk about, quiet and calm. All you hear is your bubbles. You're exhaling bubbles. And it was great fun. I had a model of a 747 jet airplane. It was the model. It was the 747 with the space shuttle on the back, right? But the 747, I built the model, and then we put a little bit of weight in it to make it buoyant or neutrally buoyant underwater, and then you could fly it underwater because it's hydrodynamic is very close to being aerodynamic.
Yeah.
And that was a fun thing to do.
Fluid dynamics.
Fluid dynamics. Yes, air is effectively a fluid. I see we
Right?
got a teal bar.
Yeah, that was Pegatator?
Pegatator? Okay, I want
Pegagator?
to see this name.
Pegagator gal? Pegagator.
Pegagator. Okay. Pegagator, okay, that's kind of cool. I like the idea of a winged alligator. That's kind of interesting.
Pegagator gal.
I didn't bother to read the rest of it. I just read the name, Pegagator. We'll make the hive mind shades from Splatoon 2. Oh, that's interesting. I know Splatoon. I do not know the hive mind shades. Have to look that up. I don't know.
It's a possibility
It
for
is
the
a
list.
possibility.
Xander Appleton says, I've been making wands. Yeah, we were talking about
We were making fun of wands earlier.
Uh,
But if you actually make Ollivander style wands that actually look really good, there's quite a bit of art that goes into something as small as that.
I love it. I went to a wedding once where they did a Harry Potter theme and they made hot glue wands for everybody, and I loved it.
Oh, cool.
And people were taking way more than one. It was cool.
Right on.
So,
Yeah, Kirk at Dallas Makerspace printed out the Elder Wand, and that thing was really kind of cool. He actually used a wooden filament to 3D print it, which he said could take stains, but he never got around to staining it.
heat guns scare me. Got this instinctual fear. I'm going to leave somewhere that burns while bending foam.
Right, there is a concern with
I
hot
did
glue and with a soldering iron that I'm going to burn the house down. I'll blame the Brady Bunch on that one for those of you that remember that show, because Bobby burnt the house down with a soldering iron. But yeah, I burnt myself plenty of times with both those things. I don't care
burnt
anymore.
your thing with
The
your
leg of the
heat
table.
gun.
Yeah, but that was just the heat gun. Yeah, whatever. You walk in, hey, what's that smell?
I text you, yo, I burnt your
Right.
table. Sorry.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay. My dad always just treat your tools with respect and you'll have nothing to fear.
Your dad is right. And part of treating your tools with respect is maintaining them and keeping them clean. Two
And
things
sharp.
I slacked off on. And sharp, yes. So like that's why my tool, the sewing machine, doesn't work, because I didn't respect it and keep it clean.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Odin and Felicia. When adding effect lighting to a project, what are your biggest concerns while attempting the install? Where are you going to hide the battery pack?
Yeah, but that's almost 100% it. Where are you going to hide the battery pack? Secondary, how are you going to activate it?
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it going to be clunked, bumped?
Yes,
or
it's
is it going to be a button?
it's going to be clunked on. Is it going to be a button? Is it just going to turn on when you put it on? Is it going to be like a magnetic switch?
want it to
when
stay
two
on?
pieces attach, it's going to just automatically turn on.
Or you see the ones where the lights change when you speak?
Right.
Like
Is it
Lady
gonna be-
Gaga's mask.
Right.
But yeah.
I don't know how well it's going to work, but I ordered a mini plasma disc, an LED mini plasma disc
Yeah,
for Mechagodzilla, and it's supposed to react to sound. Is one of the things it can do. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work.
fun. So yeah, but like where you're gonna hide the battery pack, I think would be the biggest.
Is yes, easily the biggest thing is how.
Yeah. Like I said, when web shooters and anything to do with the wrist, where are you gonna hide the mechanism?
Right. Yeah. Making a web shooter that works is that is accurate to the comic or accurate to what the movie's supposed to be, where it's a little tiny cartridge that's got an impossible amount of
Expanding
compression
foam.
expanding in it. Yeah.
That expands to a nice high tension
Right.
filament.
That dissolves in 2 hours, so New York isn't covered in dangling webs. Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic lore on how these things work. Just kind of isn't
Yeah.
quite there.
A hi, a hello, and another hi, and a smiley face.
Awesome.
And somebody says, I could watch you two all day. Well, thank you, Bruce Marvel 88.
Thank you, Bruce Marvel 88. We have yet to do that type of a telethon live stream, but I wouldn't say that it's out of the question.
We have Cantuna saying, hey, Odin, I don't have much time to watch you you live today, so I just wanted to say hi. How are you guys? How's the Witcher Armor and Mega Godzilla? Godzilla going.
Mega Godzilla.
Mecha.
Mecha, whichever.
I know, but I was just pronouncing the ch.
Okay, good for you. As long as you're having fun. I think we're doing good. Is that going to compress enough?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that one's solid.
Okay.
I always want to check the order. So, outside fabric goes here.
Because we're kind of committed now to this size of a hole.
Yeah, I know. It says the spiky
Or we can
one
start
goes on
over
top.
again. The spiky one goes on top.
See, look at they have an order. Spiky one, right side of the fabric. Okay.
Fabric, okay, eyelet. Oh, all right.
I figured it didn't hurt to try it in their order, even though
Sure.
that's not typically the way I do it.
That's not the way I'd think to do it at all with having the right side out. But I guess this is going to be much nicer for the wearer, so okay.
I don't know. Here, we could show people the way.
You want two, right?
Two?
Yeah.
There we go. But the
Well,
package.
I don't think I'm going to be able to read the package.
Yeah.
It's got words on this side.
Well, I was just trying to show, like, the picture of the order of the. Anyways, I tried.
Cameras don't get that close.
Yeah, anyways, I wanted to see the different orders. But I think it's supposed to go this way, technically.
Okay.
And we have the right size squisher, and they're both metal pieces.
They're both metal pieces.
So this is technically an anvil, is the name, is
Yeah,
the term.
I believe that is technically an anvil.
And this is a setter. Montator?
Well, it's a setter or, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's a different language. Okay,
Yes.
no wonder.
It's a pestle, I don't know.
So a setter and an anvil.
Anvil, okay. So you want to do
Anvil goes on the bottom, setter top.
center on the top.
Need a hammer.
Right, do you want to do this in the table next to the microphone, or do you want to do this
Not at the table next to the microphone?
not at the table next to the microphone?
Let's ask the audience. Do you guys?
Who all has earbuds in, and who all wants to keep their earbuds? Because we're looking at smacking the thing. So I probably should. It'd probably be nicer if I was a little further away from the microphone. I bet the world would be more appreciative.
Will the new larger grommets fit the clamshell? Stay tuned for the next episode in Dragon Ball Z.
We're not quite that far along again, are we?
That would be pretty cool.
It is a little squished.
Okay, but don't have to squish it so hard.
I just wanted to make sure that it actually took.
Yeah, but you just lightly.
Just lightly. Don't have to quite mash it like that.
Yeah, but I don't like it this way. I'd do it the other way.
No, that was my opinion too.
No, I know, but I was doing it by the instructions.
Okay. I don't think the instructions necessarily said right side in, right side out.
They said the right side.
It just said
Because it
fabric.
says mark position of the eyelet by tracing around the inside opening of eyelet barrel. Cut out the hole. Insert the eyelet barrel in the hole from the right to the wrong side of the fabric. Place an anvil on the very hard protective surface like concrete. Position eyelet on anvil. And place washer over barrel of eyelet teeth side down. Position stud end of the setter to the barrel eyelet. Hammer forcefully. And technically you did.
So it does tell you to put it.
The other way?
Yeah.
Okay. You were right.
Because to take the eyelet on the right side of the fabric, I think is literally what it said, right? To do that. Which I'm not trying to be right.
Eyelet barrel in hole from right to wrong.
From right to wrong.
From right to wrong.
Which this
Okay.
would be right to wrong.
Okay, well there we go.
But it's okay.
I know.
All right.
But they work.
I'll whack it a few less times this time.
A little gentler. I know it says forcefully, but
I use force. Sometimes I have to remember what my level of force is versus others.
okay. I'm working on a custom Mando helmet design while watching the stream.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, nice, Carter Smith. Congratulations. Good luck.
I think that's enough.
Hey, Odin. Hi, Odin. I love your videos.
Hello.
Any interest in any Mass Effect props?
Some, yeah. I enjoyed. I have not played Mass Effect. I have seen Mass Effect played. I know that's not the same thing, right? But it's. I do enjoy the art. I don't know. It just hasn't.
Every tool is a hammer.
Every tool is a hammer. I have the audiobook. I haven't listened to it yet. I want to.
Got another high. Smash it. It'll be a wake-up check. Need to go for it.
I'm over here on yeah. So on
Do
the top
you
of
need to hear my boss though?
Right. On the top of my 4-inch vise over here is a flat area that's actually kind of an anvil. So I'm setting the anvil of the eyelet setter on top of the anvil flat of the vise, so I got something really solid to smack it with. I'm not using a mighty hammer because I don't want to mighty mash it.
We got another high, and we got somebody working on a Lego build. Any suggestions?
That's open. What do you mean suggestions on a Lego build?
I don't know. I'm working on a Lego build. Any suggestions? I don't know. Don't use the Craggle if you don't want to redo it.
Well, yeah, don't use the Craggle. What would be a good Lego build? I'm immediately trying to think of something that's just absurd to build out of Legos. That's from the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
There we go. I found that.
Yeah, but that's not the right size.
No, it's not the right size at all.
For any of the ones we had.
For any of the ones we have, no, but it's the right size for like smaller ones.
Yeah, but this one comes evenly from the top and the bottom, and it doesn't do the scissoring.
Right, which I think is why I bought that one.
Yeah, because it's a
But I don't.
very well engineered.
I don't remember if I ever actually used it past a couple of points on something.
Well, it's not the right size.
No, so it doesn't matter. And it's still got give too. It's kind of. Can you adjust it at all? Not really.
Well, if you have to do a whole bunch of snaps,
Right.
that's the right one for that.
Eyelets or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did want to do regular size eyelets for something,
Okay.
but I don't remember what it was.
Well, I have some, and I got that silly thing, which we're looking to try on something.
Okay.
Instead of bringing the whole project over here, I'll just.
Dan Does Junk says, why does my username change when I post? I've been 3 different people already. I don't know. Sounds like you have a personality issue. Or a... Technical difficulties. Oh. Canned Tuna says you didn't finish answering my question.
Oh, I probably didn't. What was the question again? I'm easily distracted in case you can't
How's
tell.
the Witcher Armor and the Mega Godzilla going?
Oh. I don't remember that question at all.
It was the second half of his question.
Oh, okay.
Are you adjusting the camera over there so you can see you hammering away?
Yeah, because it's exciting. It's riveting.
Look at.
Let me focus it.
Okay.
and get it.
Don't let them
some
get
light on
dizzy
it.
while you're adjusting cameras over there.
You can, but I mean, it's like it'd be exciting. It's like, oh look, it's Odin adjusting a camera.
Excitement. People could just watch me weave, knit some foam.
Right. All right.
We're getting there, though.
How's it going? The Witcher Armor is coming along. I think we're gonna be able to get it finished in the next couple of weeks. Mechagodzilla, I'm pretty excited about because I'm very happy with the head. I'm gonna start working on the neck and chest. I think next week is when I'm going to actually start doing the work on that, which puts it a couple of weeks out, a couple of Wednesdays out before the video comes out. Is that
Does that answer?
Is that enough of a question answering for you? Do you require more?
No Cyberpunk 2077 props yet?
None yet. That was actually one of the things I was looking at. Cyberpunk. Finally, after a decade of delay, is going to come out this week. And Evil Ted has done a ton of stuff for it, which doesn't mean I can't. And I'm sure everyone else is doing something. I really should. And I've looked at a couple different things, but the majority of the stuff that's really cool is guns. And I'm really concerned about doing guns on my channel because they get restricted monetized. And it'd be a lot like going to work for a week and not getting paid. So I was going to look at more of that tonight to really decide if I'm going to try and do something specific from Cyberpunk 2077.
So you guys are hearing it live here first.
Right.
Big fat maybe.
Big fat maybe. So if not this Wednesday is My Hero Academia. Next Wednesday might be Cyberpunk, and if it is, I haven't decided 100% what I'm going to do. And that's how organized I am.
And that's how Odin makes.
That's how Odin makes.
Got another hi.
Hello.
And have you made any props from Star Trek? No.
Yes.
None whatsoever. Not a single thing.
On the channel, very, very few. In life, oh yeah, a few. I mean, does a bridge count? You know, like the original series bridge. On the channel, I've done the tridimensional chess set. That's about 10 feet, 12 feet up in the air over there.
Over there.
Used to be a little more in range, but it got moved up there. And also for a 3D printer review, I did a Picard bust, and I've done the Cricket phaser and the Type 2 phaser from Next Gen. So the Cricket phaser from the original series, Type 2 phaser from Next Gen. And that's almost it. I haven't done much more Star Trek props. And that's partially because, I mean...
So many props, so little time?
Yes. And while I haven't done too many exciting props, the Star Trek props really don't seem to get views. So it kind of goes back to the whole, hey, let's work for a week and not get paid.
Okay.
So, yeah. But never say never. And when something grabs me, I probably will do it again.
How did you start your prop making career, and what's your advice for a person who's interested in prop making and wants to start a career in it?
Whew.
Non-conventionally, I feel like it's the easiest answer.
Absolutely. Non-conventionally is the most accurate way that I started my prop making career.
And just keep making things.
Just keep making things. I started at a time when the internet didn't exist. And I had to be self-taught through books in the library and a lot of trial and error. And that taught me a lot of what does and doesn't work as far as materials working with each other. And I think that served me pretty well. But at this point, me making videos on YouTube, there's a lot of luck involved. There's certainly skill, and people are willing to pay attention to me. But I was working for a couple of different shows where I knew the sound guy that got me on Smosh, and I was on Smosh that got me on the DIY Prop Shop, and that led to Odin Makes. And there's a certain amount of audience that followed through all those steps to get me to have, you know, some of the numbers that I've got now, some of the seed numbers that I've got now. And some of that even goes back to working at Play when I was, which this is 1998, 97. Play Incorporated was a local Sacramento business that made a machine that would take standard definition video and turn it into a live video stream going out over the internet where you can watch it on your 56K dial-up at home using Real Media Player. And it was a lot like a TriCaster, or very similar to the little machine I'm using now, where you could do switching, you could use some graphics, and it was a non-linear editor that you could use when it wasn't hooked up to everything else. It was a very ahead of its time machine that was like $5,000 20 years ago, and it was 18 inches by 18 inches by 24 inches.
I just imagine computers taking up rooms.
Yeah, pretty much. It required SCSI drives because they're the only ones fast enough. You can't even get SCSI drives anymore. But anyway, so I had this weird chain of events. I didn't go to school. I didn't pursue being a prop maker in Hollywood or on films because I didn't want to live in the area. So it was really kind of a weird thing that I did. So what I ended up doing was hooking up with local filmmakers, some stage production, and doing stuff with them. And there's one guy in particular, the guy that ended up doing Beyond Geek. I did a lot of work with him, and a lot of different projects I worked with him got me different jobs. And then in the reverse, there's different things I did with high-tech companies that got him jobs. So we've kind of traded back and forth. So it's not like I'm 100% indebted to that guy. His name is Joe. It's just a different Joe than the one that wears the Gundam costume. But there's definitely been a trade-off, and Networking, yeah. Pretty much. And it's going to be really hard to go, I'm doing this professionally and I'm going to get paid first off. No, you're not. And then there's the huge love of doing it where it's going to be a lot of long hours, a lot of hard work with not a lot of pay. But lots of people do it. And absolutely, you can do it. And if you've got the skills and the talent and the drive, because actually the skills will come. If you've got some of the ingrained talent to be able to see and rationalize what you see as to how to do it, just start doing it. You'll develop the skills in order to continue it to go. And you'll be able to build yourself up. And honestly, I'm sure there's many of you listening to me now that either are better than I am or will be better than I am if you just stick with it and keep doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it works. Yeah. So what's my advice? I hope there was something in there that was advice, because there was too many things for me that was luck, which unfortunately you hear that a lot with some of these Hollywood stories. There was a guy, I can't remember which one it was now. I was reading his history. He was down there to do rigging and lights, and went into the prop department, had an aptitude for it, and ended up having his own shop years later.
Oh, yeah.
But it was total luck. I was like, well, give us that guy. So that's really kind of, unfortunately, part of the beast.
Is networking, knowing people.
Knowing people, right
doing
place, right
a good
time.
job, and then people seeing you do a good job, and next time they need something.
Having a good attitude.
Yes.
We've seen this directly, locally here with some of the video productions we've had. The people who have the talent and a crap attitude will not be chosen over the people who have pretty good talent and a great attitude. Because you're going to have to work with these people. Even if it's only 2 days, you're stuck working with this person for 12 hours, 15 hours within that time. Or on the larger movie, it could be for a number of months. Do you want to be with somebody who's a serious downer? Or would you rather be with somebody who's going to work with you or work alongside you or at least say, hey, how's it going? Good morning, and have a decent attitude? I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
don't be a bully.
Right? Yeah.
So I see we got a teal bar.
Yeah, that's from JM70.
JM70.
Says, love your work. I've been watching for over 2 years now, and I was wondering if you could ever do the dubstep gun from this game Saints Row 4. Well, it's a gun.
It's a gun, but it's a dubstep gun. The dubstep gun.
Dubstep gun.
Yeah. I've made a Saints Row the 3rd prop, but I can't pixelate it, so I'm not going to bring it out. I'm not going to bring the penetrator out on camera right now during the live stream because it's
Is that from Smosh?
That's from Smosh.
Oh, yeah.
I kept that.
They had to blur that out too.
It's been blurred out everywhere.
Yeah.
I had one Patreon-only video where it wasn't blurred out, but that was on Vimeo, and as soon as Vimeo just realized...
What it was?
No, that I was putting up videos that... what does it happen? They didn't care about that video. When I put one up as a check, it was a sponsored check, right? So all it was, here's my Vikings War of Clans video. Is this okay for you guys for me to put on YouTube? They saw that as, oh, you're monetizing your channel. You now have to pay us $50 a month or we're going to kill your channel. It's like, well, you guys aren't worth it. I'm not using you for that. I'm not going to pay you $50 a month.
Oh.
And I tried to tell them this was just for them to okay it. If you look, it's private. It's not even, I'm not monetizing the channel. And nope. So I was like, all right, I'm done with Vimeo.
Okay. Sorry, Vimeo.
Yep. Great service. Did I answer his question? Say it's, oh, the dubstep gun. It'd be cool. It's a big light up speaker gun.
That's not a definite no, so
That's not a definite no.
it's on the list.
It's not the same as the one from Overwatch, but it's very similar, from what I remember.
Hey, Odin, you should make a carbonite version of you.
A carbonite version of me, that'd be fun.
What early prop from Odin Makes would you like to redo with either new material skills or didn't have the time? Bumblebee's face?
Bumblebee's face, maybe. Portal gun.
Portal gun?
Yeah, I got a lot more love for portal gun. So that's what I did very early on. It was all full matte foam. That's one I wouldn't mind
Doing out of the...
redoing out of HD foam with, now that I've got a better skill set for making mechanical looking things, the Gundam stuff and things I've done. Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
Plus I might, if I had to do it again, I might actually try to put the effort into making the electronics go between the two different colors so it wasn't just the blue portal gun.
Oh, so there's your answer. Mama says, sorry, Mr. Stream, I was driving. Stay safe, drive safe.
Yeah, stay safe, drive safe. And we're not done yet.
No, we're not. We still have like 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it's 1:45 already. Crazy, right? Hey, Odin, you should do a Carbonite version of you.
You should do a Carbonite version of me.
She was saying it a lot. I just kept missing it.
They say it multiple times, so try and make sure we catch it.
Yeah, because I don't always catch things. And we got a ooh, thank you guys from JM70.
You're welcome, JM70.
He's the one asked about the gun. The speaker.
Oh, the dubstep gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there. Well, I know I have another question I haven't got to yet from my patrons on the Discord, so probably should pop back over and answer that. There we are. So if I put some effort into it, I might be able to get one half of the clamshell done today.
Right?
Because I've got eight of the ones put on now.
So I don't think that thing that I tried to post on Discord is going to post. It's still compressing the files.
Wow, no, it's not going to post.
It's not going to post. Oh well.
Oh, cool. Lord Khan has posted it's an updated production design of the Joe Johnson Mandalorian Armor.
But I appreciate the full body
images.
It makes such a difference in when you're trying to build things. Sorry.
Rodimus Prime says, I just got a call from the telemarketer. You know what I told him? We're all dead.
I don't even answer those.
Yeah, it's hard not to because they're just numbers.
Yeah.
And rare occasions I actually get calls from sponsors, so I kind of have to answer them. Yeah.
I could see that.
Otherwise, I would just ignore anything I didn't have in my contacts. Lord Khan. That's not it. Just curious, why were there so many hosts of DIY Prop Shop? And there were. There was like 5. For a program that's got maybe 30, 33 episodes, there were like 5 hosts.
Were they trying?
Actually, I think it's more than that. It's probably more like 50. What now?
Were they just trying something new out, or they're trying to see what would hit? I don't know. I didn't really know.
They had their first host, which was Dustin, Dustin McLean, and he did the first like 9 or 11 episodes, and then I don't know why. I assume he got a better offer to go do video somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that happened. So all of a sudden, DIY Prop Shop. Or maybe that's all he contracted for. Maybe that's what it was too, right? So DIY Prop Shop, who was
his side of the story.
I don't know his side of the story. I've never talked to Dustin. I'm happy to. He's made comments that apparently he knows I exist, but it's never happened. So the same company that owned Smosh owned DIY Prop Shop, and they were in need of a new host. And they were looking around different people. I was working at Smosh. I was already on the payroll under the company, so it was easy for me to throw them an audition, if you will, which is on my channel. That's the thermal detonator video, which is not what they asked for. I went overboard and gave them a complete episode as opposed to just a reel of personality, which is all they asked for. And apparently the only real comment back was, well, that's the wrong font and that's the wrong this. And the producer had to say, yeah, because he figured it all out on his own. We didn't give him any assets.
Oh.
So they were different. Because Dustin left, they weren't interested in being tied down to one host again. And so immediately it was me and Vinny, because Vinny was a good friend of the producer. Vinny was an Imagineer at the time at Disneyland. Yeah, good choice. Vinny was an awesome guy. I'm so happy. I've got his companion cube up there on the shelf still from the show. So we were the first 2 new hosts, And then they also tried to bring in a couple of other people. I know there was Dylan, and she was in there for a couple of episodes. And then Hendo came in. And then I think, which order did it go in? I think Elizabeth Rage came in first doing cosplay prop shop, which was specifically the sewing end, right? So Elizabeth was doing sewing, and that was kind of an offshoot. Hendo was really good friends with Elizabeth at the time, so she came on as another builder for DIY prop shop, and it ended up being just me, Hendo, and Vinny for like a year and a half.
Okay.
And we would rotate because it didn't put the pressure on one person to put all the episodes out, and Defy Media wasn't stuck with just one host that if we got sick or fed up and left, they were stuck in a bind again.
Okay, so logic.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And for the exact same reason is why there's multiple hosts on Beyond Geek, the other show I worked on.
Yeah.
When he started that show, when he did his first thing, he had a host that nobody's seen. So the unaired, unfinished, because it's kind of, the show changed how it was being structured. So that story can't be finished. That host ended up doing something, so the personalities didn't mesh like the producer thought it would. So this host left, and he brought in 3 new people to have different persons every week, so you weren't stuck with just one.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Mix it up.
mix it up.
All right.
Is that long-winded enough? Do you need more history? I wear a size 13 shoe.
Hey, how are y'all doing? I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm smacking eyelets to the side and checking my Discord server.
Hey, Odin, I noticed you did a face hugger on your show.
Yep.
Have you ever thought about making the alien queen?
Hey, you know something? I built an alien queen on my show.
So, you should watch the video.
Oh, that was just over a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't it? That was LA Comic Con 2019. Yeah. No, I didn't make it from scratch. What it was the old distortions. It was a recast from the movie molds, theoretically. And she was just a life-size, 14-foot tall alien queen with a weird color that she was painted that may have been some of the colors they used for some of the really dark scenes, because when you don't have a lot of light, you paint the props a really light color, and then with the film and the way it works out, you get the hints of what's going on. But to look at her in room light, she was blue.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was weird. A lot of the alien warriors and aliens had almost fluorescent yellow highlights painted on them, so in the low light, the camera could see the color. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you could build a prop, but then lighting. Like, you
Right.
build a set, and it looks one way, and you're like, all right. But then once lighting gets in,
Right.
it comes...
It
like,
comes alive.
like, as a producer, on set, spend your money on lighting.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it makes a difference.
It makes a difference. It totally does.
Yeah.
So she was dug out of a collector's a room that was down in L.A. We got permission to pull it out and set it up on the con floor and built this thing up. The materials that I was supposed to be able to go and get weren't there, so I had to make do with there's a rickety thing that, oh my God, gosh, I'm glad it didn't fall during the con because it was a lean-to. But as far as I know, she's still hooked up to a similar situation there's a warehouse that she's standing in now down in L.A. That the guy does a lot of the stuff for Legion M. And he does a lot of the printing and a lot of the t-shirt printing and badges and stuff. So she's still in that warehouse with a couple of other alien props.
So she exists.
So she exists.
She
Yep.
lives.
She lives. So I have done that queen. Do I want to make one from scratch? No, it's too much.
Just wondering, how long did it take you to make Soul Edge? Forever.
3 weeks.
3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that one was not
I spent a good work week just sculpting the veins and the soft, squishy middle, which isn't really all that soft, but you get the idea, the fleshy part.
You know, the whole 2 minutes in the video.
Yeah, the 2 minutes of video, that was about 40 hours of work.
Yeah. Do you have a P.O. box for all your fans to send you stuff?
I do. I haven't checked it in a long time. If I can remember it now, I believe it's P.O. Box 872. Is it 2 or 5? If you do Who Is on Odin Makes, it pops up there. Who Is on OdinMakes.com. I think it's P.O. Box 872, Orangevale, California, 95662-0872. And that's the Odin Makes P.O. Box. So, yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't checked it in a little while.
All right.
I should do that or have Joe do it.
That was one of those things that I did enjoy that was really, you never knew what you were going to get. Opening Smosh Mail.
Okay, so we could do that on a live stream. If I start getting fan mail of some sort, we can open that up live on the live stream. Oh, look, this week we got anthrax. But,
I don't know. The creepiest thing that I opened was, people sending in locks of their hair.
Right.
Braids.
I don't think that'll happen.
No, I know. I'm just like, it was pretty scary.
The two Smosh guys would get a ton of very young marriage proposals.
Yeah, wedding invitations to their own wedding.
Handwritten on lined school paper. Printed. Hand printed, not written. Yeah.
I'm working on some music video illustrations while listening to you in the background. Well, Anthony O'Neill, I hope it goes well for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look that up. Now that I've said it.
Now you have to see it.
No, now I want to see that I said the right thing. I'm pretty sure it's 872.
Okay.
I put it under my own contacts because I knew it was something I wouldn't remember. At least I thought I did.
Felicia, what are you working on? Any other props besides Witcher armor?
Hey, you do anything outside of this?
Well, things got crazy. Life hits.
Like a truck?
Yeah. This last week was design week at work, so I got to design wedding dresses this week, which I was all ecstatic about, like jumping for joy. But I do have a list of projects that are going to happen once things kind of calm down a little bit. So, I don't know. Nothing exciting right at the moment, but that just means at the moment. Odin, should I make a Mando build or a Marvel build out of Lego?
Oh, okay. It's interesting because it just seems like which are you more interested in making? Should you make a Mando or a Marvel? Well, Marvel's gonna have a lot more color.
Depends on what Legos you have to work with.
Depends on what Legos you have to work with. Yeah. So if you want me to tell you something, well, if I tell you Marvel, you're gonna have a lot more to work with. If I tell you Mando, then you have to focus in on something specific. Well, I am excited to see this week's Mandalorian episode, next week's Mandalorian episode, because I'm very happy with how last week's went. And Robert Rodriguez was the director of last week's episode. It was really good. So yeah, Mando. Do something Mando from Lego.
There you go. Felicia deserves a cup of tea. Well,
she
thank
does.
You.
Oh wow, the Who Is isn't telling me. It used to. Maybe it's the registrar. Which was the site that told you?
Odin deserves a cup of eggnog.
Oh, there we are. Registrars. Yeah, GoDaddy. Let me look at my GoDaddy account.
Oh, was prop making always your full-time job, or were you doing something else alongside of it?
For the longest time, I was always doing something alongside of it.
Even when you started this channel, you were still working for...
I was still working for KVIE, which is the local PBS station, as a video editor. So yeah, no, definitely there was something else, and that's also very common for people in LA that they get contracted to do a job that works really well, and then you're scrambling for your next job, or you have something else you can go and do, like construction work that isn't doesn't require you to be there every single day. Like it's really hard to have a 9-to-5 type job and then I'm going to disappear for 3 months.
Yeah, when I was doing this exclusively,
Right.
I don't know. I averaged out 4 jobs a month. Like,
Okay.
sometimes it was more, sometimes it was less, but it averaged out don't know. Like, I kept waiting for it to slow down before I moved on to something else, and it never did.
Okay.
And then
Right.
I moved on right before COVID hit, and now I'm back already. So, I don't know. Life has a funny way about deciding things for you.
It does.
Sorry, I'm all distracted poking out watermelon seeds.
That's okay. Oh, I need to update that. Okay.
Are you checking to see what numbers? to
Yeah,
tell
I'm trying.
people?
Right. Make sure I'm saying the right number.
Yeah. Fact checking live on screen.
Live on screen. Well, I don't have it memorized. I've got it written down, in a totally different part of the building. 874. Boy, I was wrong on all counts. All right, so it's P.O. Box 874.
P.O. Box 874.
Orangevale, California, 95662. And, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Do you listen to music while working? Or if not, do you end up just talking to yourself? Well, I talk to myself all the time while I'm working, that's for sure.
I talk to myself all the time when I'm working, yeah. And it's hard not to be hard on myself while I'm working. It comes down to if the cameras are rolling. If the cameras are rolling, I don't listen to music. I don't listen to other channels. I don't listen to audiobooks because I want to be able to use my audio and I don't want to have someone else's copyrighted audio as part of it. When the cameras aren't rolling, absolutely. All of the above.
Yeah, I listen to music. I really have been getting into this podcast called TWIV, This Week in Virology.
Right.
They talk about the coronavirus in actual details, scientific information,
Right.
But yeah, definitely listening to podcasts and things while you're working makes the work go by so much quicker. Or doing it with friends.
Doing it with friends.
Acting with friends, right?
I think the last Patreon question we'll answer comes from Rodimus Prime again. Hey Odin, what's the biggest challenge you faced while making a prop? I mean, besides breaking off the tap in your Star Trek tridimensional chess set, because I didn't use enough cutting fluid.
Oh, there's a...
Trains. Trains are the biggest challenge with recording any kind of a prop build. No, it's not at all. The biggest challenge almost always is what I was just trying to say a little bit, keeping your attitude in check. It's fantastic having Felicia here with me because I got someone else to work with. I've got company. I got someone to talk to. I can step away for a second. When it's only me and I'm the only one here shooting, it gets really difficult to keep my attitude in check and not be really negative and hard on myself about what's going on and people are going to hate it or I really don't want to be doing this. I'd rather be taking a nap. So easily the biggest challenge is being focused and keeping my attitude in check. Yeah.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like attitude is the biggest part of it because, you have a crummy attitude, people don't hire you.
Right, which we were going back to that before too.
But also if they're just ordering your stuff online and they don't actually have to deal with you, it doesn't matter.
Right.
How awful you are to people. As long as your stuff's good online, I'm just saying
Yep.
you order it. But anyways.
Yep.
We got another
Got
donation.
another teal? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's from Team Dub.
Team Dub.
Love seeing the Witcher chainmail armor build. Keep up the great work. It could be worse than you could be using wire spools and side cutters.
Yep, we could. Pretty much been there, pretty much done that. Not quite. I did very little with wire spools and side cutters.
I did
use lock
it enough
washers.
to know how to and to
Exactly.
figure it out and to finish one project. But I saw this stuff and I went, I want to go play with that. And yeah, definitely I've been enjoying it.
My friends at the SCA were using lock washers, which are kind of look like a single revolution of a spring that's been cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those work great.
Yeah, because they're already pre-circled and you don't have to coil and cut.
Right,
Before.
and the edges aren't sharp.
Right?
But it's still knitting with a pair of pliers.
Right. I've seen so many weird chainmails working at the costume shop. My favorite of, not as in I really enjoyed it, but of what the heck were they thinking, was they made it out of fireplace grate.
Right.
And so, but the thing is they didn't do the motion, like
They didn't pay attention to how it would move.
how it folds.
Right.
And so you can't bend arms and you can't bend over and that. It is just... It looked good, and it looked like it should work in theory, but it's one of those pieces that I never rented once.
Right. Well, the fireplace grate is.
Great.
Yes. They're coiled rods.
Yeah.
They're not going to bend at all in one direction.
Exactly. They didn't. And it didn't work in one direction.
Realize I'm doing the back, so instead of doing the right color on all the back, I think I'll stop and... How many did we have? We had 24?
Yeah, we're not going to have enough to do these ones, but we will have enough to do these ones.
Okay.
We only had 20.
We had 20?
Yeah. Because there's 10 per package.
Oh, okay. Well, if we're not going to get done on I can always... we can always go get another package. Hey,
Yeah.
there's words you've heard plenty of times. For week 3, oh, let's just get another package for next time. But, we can always get another package for next time. They can all be the right color.
There you go. Well, we're 5 minutes over now, so it's
Right.
not like...
Oh, we're 5 minutes over now?
Yeah, it's 2:05 right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. When you're
Yeah.
crafting, right? Have you ever made any props that had a purpose of being destroyed? All the time, and
All
it
the
was
time.
fun.
Yep.
The breakable glass.
Yes.
That one was my favorite. Especially when you got to bash people over the head with it, because it looks like it looks cool. Sugar glass.
Yep. Remember building the set with the breakaway panes where, because you had the individual, the panes of glass, and then we kind of glued in almost pre-broken bits of wood so Ian can bust through the window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So.
I'm sure there was more, but there was so much prop building and so much creativity happening at such a rate.
That
on the
how do
Smosh
you even
set.
know what even happened?
Right. I can't remember 90% of what happened.
Exactly. I was going through old photos and I found whenever I had to do multiples.
Right?
And they all had to match. And I found a picture of Anthony and his stunt double and the what did we end up naming? The test dummy? The prop dummy? The
Oh,
body.
right.
Didn't it have a name?
Yeah, I don't remember now.
Like, I can't... But anyways,
Yeah.
I had that guy, all three of them, all on the couch, dressed up in the same little outfit.
Right.
You know, he just had to have the same outfit because it was going to get destroyed.
Right, right.
Multiples, you gotta love it, right?
Yes.
What was his name? It wasn't Buster, because that's
No.
the one from Mythbusters.
That's one of the Mythbusters.
Yeah. But do you remember that guy?
No, he was just before me, I think. But you posted a picture recently, or I wasn't on set for that one.
You weren't on set for that one, but we used that prop dummy thing for everything, and I
Okay.
eventually bought it. You know how they have morph suits and they have like muscle morph suits
Yeah.
and stuff like
Right,
that?
I remember that.
And I bought one that was like a weird person
Okay.
skin,
Right.
and we put the dummy in the
Into the morph suit. Yes, I remember
human
that.
skin morph suit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy.
Okay.
I have a picture of all of them, and then I also have a picture of me and Ian in the same outfit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with because you were dressed up as the girlfriend or whatever. And it's Ian is also in the picture frame.
I was just a generic person, and I looked like Ian.
Oh, okay.
In that was
Gotcha. Ian in drag.
Well, we put him in drag all the time. All the boys in drag.
All the boys in drag all the time. Yeah.
All the time. Ian, I think, looked much better as a brunette than a blonde.
Okay. Yeah.
Personally.
You have the eyebrows for it.
Yeah, I would say that. Hi, Odin. How about making the Gundam from Gundam Wings?
I would definitely officially say that we are not done doing Gundam or Gundam suits. However, we're not going to do another one anytime real soon.
You gotta get through Mechagodzilla.
I want to go through Mechagodzilla first, and if we do another Gundam, it's likely going to be something from the Principality of Xeon. It's going to be, the other side. So
The bad guys.
yeah,
We're gonna be trading teams.
probably your basic Zaku because that would be the best thing to do.
Connor says, "Wow, that was fast." Yeah, we're already 10 minutes over.
Yeah. Well, I got one more grommet.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not rushing you.
You're totally rushing me, man.
Do either of you have suggestions for a build that could cheer up my patients at a hospital? Well,
A build that could cure up patients at a
no,
hospital?
cheer up.
Cheer up.
Well, I would do fun foam lightsabers.
So are you trying to do a build along, or is this something you bring into patients to share with them to help cheer them up? I did a prop on the channel for a local group called the League of Hope, and that was Anna's frozen sword from Frozen.
Oh yeah, that one ended up going to the hospital.
And that one ended up going to the hospital with Anna's sister, Elsa. Blank. Harold, it's lunchtime. So that went to the hospital with an Elsa cosplayer and an Ariel and a fairy godmother. So the three of them were going in and visiting the kids. That particular prop on its own didn't, but the few kids that were really reserved and weren't open would come alive when, do you want to hold on a sword? And then they would get to hold it and pose with it and look at it, and apparently they became super excited and just lit up. And that was really cool to hear.
Yeah, I was going to say, give kids swords, give them something that they can hold on to. And
get pictures with.
Thor's hammer.
Hammer, right.
Something that makes them feel really strong because they need that strength.
Exactly, yeah, there you go. And yeah, Thor's hammer would be great because that's not hard to do and recognizable.
Lightsabers. Harry Potter wands.
Right.
Things that they can make that just make them happy, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes it's the imagination.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so stuff like that. And the thing that I got told that was awesome was that because they're going from patient to patient in a hospital setting, the sword had to be sanitized after every visit, right? So on the way out of the room, they would have to sanitize it down with whatever they're using. I don't know if it was just hand sanitizer or if they used something more robust. The Plaid Effects paints held up. They never smeared off. They didn't wear off. They didn't wipe off. And this thing went for hours with every 5 or 6 minutes or whatever it was getting wiped down with this stuff. I'm sure it was just barely dry by the time it got hit again. So, yeah, I thought that was a fantastic feedback about that particular paint, that it held up to sanitizer repeatedly.
Yeah, especially in today's day.
Especially in today's day. So, I never did turn the camera on over here, but there's not a whole lot to see. Go ahead and hit 3, because I set it up. Hey, look, it's my anvil. So this is where I've been...
Oh, look, it's my drinks.
It's your drinks! And so I've just been doing that with that and, not hitting your fingers in order to get all the grommets on. I think I've got all 16 grommets put on this piece now. So go ahead and bring us back over to the table. And finally, after 3 weeks and 3 different tries, we just kept getting them bigger, we've got grommets on the back plate.
Yay!
Yay! Progress!
Honestly, if we got them on the whole thing, we could lace it together and start having a costume, but...
It hasn't happened. I probably will continue so we don't lose them to just hammer these in place, and then we'll need to go get another set, another box to finish it off, I think. But that shouldn't be that hard to do because this is picked up locally, as opposed to waiting for something to show up from LA.
Yeah, no, that was from Walmart.
Okay, that's easy then.
Yeah, that was easy peasy. Okay.
Then I want to say thank you all very much for taking the train to arrive here during our live stream. And I have very much enjoyed my afternoon, these last couple of hours, talking with you, trying to answer your questions, trying to not make a complete fool of myself. How about you? How are you feeling?
I've been enjoying myself.
Good.
I think we're ticking along.
We're ticking along. Something's happening.
Yeah. Personally, I like having the feeling of accomplishment of just having this done.
Right.
And knowing I could just turn off the cameras and finish it.
Right. You're not going to be missing anything. Half of it was done off camera anyway.
Right. We could just be done. But I enjoy working on this, and I'm not in a huge rush to get it finished.
I believe that. I really enjoy, I have really, really enjoyed and look forward to every Monday live stream building with you. And so thank you very much for spending your afternoons with me.
And I've been enjoying with you guys because, internet strangers scare me, but y'all have been nice, so thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I said this, I think, last week. It's just us in a room, and I'm talking to a camera, right? So if you think about it, I'm talking to a camera, but it's like talking on a phone because I know you guys can hear me, and then I can look right over here to the chat screen, and I can get a response. So I know I'm talking to you, and I know that conversations are happening. And thank you all very much, wherever you are in the world, for tuning in and spending your time with us. And we'll be back here at noon next Monday, which is going to be Monday the whatever is next week.
Same bat time, same bat place.
Same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll be picking up probably where we left off. We're going to fool ourselves and say, we'll get a little bit extra done this time. But
no, I'm not working on this outside of this.
all right. But we'll be continuing working on the Witcher armor. Hopefully, she's cooking right along and getting that finished.
We're almost through the
knitting and through the grommets.
grommeting. So then we're going to be able to assemble the
waist cincher, the girdle.
The girdle. We're going to be able to put together his girdle. And we also can rivet the arms, because if we get this done with the Velcro on it, we can get the shoulders and... Wait, what's the technical term?
Pauldrons?
Pauldrons. Get the pauldrons adjusted, and then it'll start to actually look like, some kind of...
It'll actually start to look like an armor?
Like some kind of character.
Yeah.
It'll, be something as opposed to just pieces.
Cool.
Yay for pieces.
Yay for pieces. So thank you all very much. Really, thank you. And thank you very much to those of you who participated with the Super Chat.
Yes.
One of these days I'll figure out how stickers work and actually make Super Chat more interesting. And if you're watching this live stream playback later, thank you too very much. I appreciate all of you that watch these live streams after the fact. So even though I don't know who I'm talking to, thank you for watching. And for those of you who are here alive now with us, again, thank you, because I'm saying thank you a lot. But honestly, I feel like it, because I left a full-time job to play games on, play prop maker on YouTube. And that's my full-time job now. That's because everyone like you, everyone who's watching me do it, everyone who's watching Felicia do it. Felicia was toying with the idea of doing the same thing. No promises are being made, because life reared its head and said, hey, guess what? Lockdown. Everyone's in a pandemic now. So that Felicia's channel may be a little further off, but, that's not an impossibility.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call. So.
Oh, okay. Well, the phone says it's time for us to go. So I'm going to walk over here, and thank you all very much, and we will see you again next week.